Hello, my crafty friends. Um, Mary will be in a few minutes. I'm not sure if Tanya's going to make it in or not, so we're just going to wait a little bit. So if you're watching this, on YouTube later, not live, that's why I'm just sitting here. Okay, sorry. I got a uh, Facebook notification. I just want to make sure it wasn't Mary telling me she couldn't come. She's supposed to be here in a minute, so I thought I'd show y'all what I did after after Becky had her little live stream that she did. Um, she was going to go watch this lady do a live stream, and I hadn't heard of her before. I can't remember her name now, but she was making fingerless gloves. And hi, Susan. Hi, Tina. So I had some of my hand spun yarn that wasn't a really big skein, and as you can tell, it's something variegated. So my gloves don't match, but I made some following that lady, whoever she was that Becky told us about. This is the first time I've actually done anything with my hand spun yarn, so I was excited to do it. I made another pair. I made two pair out of that skein of yarn, and the other one I gave to Hannah, but this is mine. So I thought they were fun. Hannah said, "Well, they don't match, and they don't go with anything that you wear." And I was like, "Well, that's true, but they're happy colors, and right now, happy is what I need." So, oh, I've got to um, see if I can figure out what's going on here. Okay. It seems like I'm. Hi, Kendra. It seems like I'm having focus issues, and I'm supposed to be not on autofocus, so that shouldn't be happening. Hi, Barb. Thank you, sweetie. I thought so. I thought they were fun. I made two pair. I made three gloves last night, and then I finished this one today. So Hannah's got the other pair, so I'm just showing you mine. Hers are a little bit longer. I made them about that much longer. I was making them for me, and she was like, "Oh, those are so pretty." And I knew I had enough yarn left to make some more, so I just gave them to her. And I didn't add the extra part around the thumb because I wanted that movement. I didn't want to feel my thumb was restricted. And these are made, this is wool yarn that I dyed and then spun. So it's really warm. And so I didn't want to make it any warmer than I had to. Hi, Joyce. Yeah. Yeah. No, they're definitely not the same, but they match. They're out of the same yarn. You're right. But it just, as I went, the yarn changed colors because I had when I dyed the wool, I dyed it in a bunch of different splotchy colors. And so as I spun it, I had all these strips of color. And so it just, moved on like variegated yarn, except this is even a little more so. But anyway, I like them, but they're very warm. Um, Sitting right here, I can feel my hands sweating. But that's because they're wool. So I also did on her Pico stitch, she just did a chain 2, and I did a chain 3 to give them a little bit more air because they're very warm. Anyway, it's so funny. You wouldn't think something like that could be, make your hands sweat, but it definitely something for wintertime and not right now. Mary said she couldn't come in until after 7 o'clock, so I'm sure she'll be here any minute. But Hi, Kathy. I'm glad you're here. Susan, I think I said hi to you, but I'm not sure. Hi. um, it's good to see y'all too. I've never done that. I've never crocheted those before. All I've crocheted in the past is like hats and things like that, some scarves. But I really like these and they're fun. I think they'll be fun to wear, you know, when I need to be able to use my hands, but I want to be warmer. I was thinking like driving. When I made the first pair, um, I made them go longer here, and I made them longer down here than she did too. But I made them go about this long because I was thinking the steering wheel. But I was afraid I was going to run out of yarn making my second pair, so I went ahead and made them shorter. But I still think this will be plenty good. Hi, Miss Allie. Hi, Janet. Glad y'all are here. Anyway, that was my fun project that I worked on. So I'm grateful to Becky for telling me about that lady's live stream she was doing showing how to make these. And like I said, I didn't do them exactly like she did, but I just pulled out one of my skeins of yarn that I didn't have a ton, and I thought it would be enough for that. So I made a pair for me and a pair for Hannah, and that was good to get actually get something done. So hi, Kathleen. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to give a few more minutes for Mary to come in, and Tanya said she might be able to come in for a while after a while. It just depends on the Wi-Fi where she's at. She won't know till she tries. So we'll see if she can make it in or not. We're going to work on the inside of this book. I like the binding, and I'm going to go see if I can. Let me go check my camera. Just a second. Sorry. I'm not supposed to be on autofocus, but it's sure acting like it's on autofocus, and that's driving me nuts. It says the autofocus is off. Anti-flicker is on. But I've been seeing it do its thing. It's bugging me. Have to put your own twist to it. That's right. When I made this one, my straps were really close together. So you can see how it's doing this at the ends. Yes, on your you need to have your volume off on YouTube, Mary, and just on in StreamYard. So you're listening in StreamYard, but watching in YouTube. So if you've got StreamYard on, then once you get in here, you'll need to turn the sound off on YouTube, even though you're watching on YouTube, which will put you, make you behind. Crafty Kitty, I'm not 100% sure what you're asking. I am doing on Sundays a series of lessons on the Messianic prophecies about Jesus, but I'm pure Gentile. There's no Jewish blood in me. If that's what you're asking, there's no Jewish blood in me. I'm like Irish and Scottish and some other stuff all mixed in, but if that's what you're asking, no, I'm not. But I've always wanted to study the Messianic prophecies, and so that's what I've been studying on Sundays and doing videos about this, reading the study that I'm doing for myself. So I hope that answers your question. If that's not the question you're asking, let me know, and I'll try to answer the one you really are asking. Hey, Mary.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Do I need to maybe back my browser out a little?
I don't know. You look good to me.
Oh, well, all right. Here
Well,
I
now
am.
you're close. Now you're even closer.
You can see my page is real good.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty. Oh,
Uh,
I want to show Becky real quick. Hey, Becky, look. I mostly followed your the tutorial that you were talking about that girl did on a live stream. I can't remember her name, but I made a pair for me and a pair for Hannah out of some of my hand spun yarn. So she's got a glove that looks a lot like this and one that looks a lot like this. Um, and she said, shouldn't we trade them so that they'll match more? But I said, no, I think I like this. Oh, well, I let me check one thing real quick, Crafty Kitty. Um, and see.
you guys are going to have me making those fingerless gloves.
Yeah. Crafty Kitty, I've only got one message that I haven't responded to, and it just says it's from a Facebook user. It doesn't give me a name, and so I didn't respond to it. So I don't know what your name is on Facebook, but there are several Lisa Conways, so I guess there might be a chance you sent a message to the wrong person. But I would definitely be glad to talk with you, or you could email me. Um, And I've got my email address is in the description box on all my videos. Not this one because I haven't got it in there yet, but most of the other ones. Hi, Holly.
Hi,
Oh, you
Holly.
made a tiny pair, Becky? How fun. Yeah, I didn't do the thumbs either. I want the movement. Plus I did mine in wool, and so they're going to be warm enough without thumbs.
Did you knit yours or crochet them,
They're
Lisa?
crocheted.
Are they crocheted?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
It's a picot stitch and then a shell stitch just stacked on top of each other.
Pretty.
So it was fun and it was pretty easy. Okay. Okay, Joy, just a second. Let me go back and see if I can find that. I'm sorry, y'all, but I don't like it when people say they messaged me and I don't have messages from them. That bugs me.
Oh. Well, how's everybody been? Pretty good? Holly, try refreshing. Hi, Holly. Hi, Barb. Hi, Janet. I'm going to go through some hellos while Lisa's looking for her message there. Hi, Aunt Beck. I went thrifting today, Becky. I didn't get a whole lot. I got some. Oh.
Okay. Well, I can't find it, Joy. Try me again, please. Okay. I got to turn my air conditioning on. It was really cold when I came in here, so I turned it down and
Becky's got to take Bernadette out. Oh, I like little Bernadette. She's so cute. Hi, Kathleen. Barb says she's got a rainy day.
oh, months ago. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know. Just give me another chance. Okay. Well, Mary, I don't know if Tanya's going to make it or not. She said she would just have to see how Wi-Fi was when she tried. So
Yeah. Well, that's okay with me. What are we doing tonight exactly? Just decorating the pages?
That's my plan.
Good. I'll probably be doing some fussy cutting because I'm about where I was 2 weeks ago.
Well, I'm exactly where I was. I haven't done anything inside at all.
Neither have I. Which is kind of
But-
good though, because it's kind of had a chance to dry flat and everything.
Yeah.
How
Well,
are
you
you
at least
feeling
got
today,
yours painted.
Lisa?
Mine
You
are still
sound
just like
good.
this.
You sound good.
I'm feeling much better, except I'm going to mute for a second because I'm fixing to cough.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to use this dishes book that I got. I've already deconstructed it a couple of weeks ago, and they're Prussian dishes. And then when I was at the library sale Saturday, I found this very rare glassware of the Depression years. And I'm thinking I can take some. Of course, I'll save the book cover for. Let me know when you're back, Lisa.
I'm back.
Oh, you're
Go
back?
ahead and keep
Okay.
talking, though.
All right.
Let me say one thing, though. Crafty Kitty, Joy, my name is Lisa Conway, and I have the same thumbnail that I have on YouTube is my identity on Facebook. So when you find Lisa Conway with that same thumbnail, then you'll know that one's me. But there are several, so. Okay, back at you, Mary.
Oh, I'm just getting. I think I'm going to deconstruct this book so I can get through the pages easier. So you're just going to see me deconstruct the book here.
Okay.
It seems
Well,
like
all
I
I'm
can
going to
get
do is glue stuff down right now, so.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of decide what I want to put in it. I went to Hobby Lobby today. I'm kind of tired. I had to run errands today, pay bills and run errands, and I stopped at Hobby Lobby. And they had their ribbons on sale by the spool. And I found some pretty ribbons that I want to use in the Lighthouse Journal that I'm doing. But I'm into fussy cutting the last week or so. Oh. I got magazines at the library sale. So I'm just a happy camper.
Well, cool.
But I tell you, if I keep bringing stuff home, my landlord is going to kick me out. I keep saying that.
I bet he won't.
He stayed home and mowed the lawn today. I came home and the lawn was all nice and mowed.
Well, that is nice.
Yeah. Yeah. We won't have to be doing too much more of that. A few more weeks, but it's
hopefully it'll go quick. Well, Darren did our mowing on Monday when I was supposed to stream, because tonight is when he would normally do it. So
yeah. And I found out about 5 minutes ago, or maybe 10 minutes ago now, that 15 minutes ago, that they started wrestling on Wednesday night. I'm going, I went in there and I said, "Are you going to continue watching TV?" And he said he thought he would. And I kind of got this funny look, and he said, "Why? Did you want to?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I didn't do it last night because I thought you were watching wrestling." So he's letting me have the silent space tonight.
Well, tell him we said thank you.
Well, you know, he watches until he gets tired of watching them beat up on each other. Then he turns it off and go to bed. Well, that's going to kind of ruin my Wednesday nights. So I'm going to have a conversation with him.
Hi, Mindy. I'm glad you're here.
Hi, Mitzi.
Okay, I missed something. What did Kendra do? Oh, my goodness. That's amazing, Kendra. She got $300 worth of paper punches for $50.
Wow.
Well, I'm happy for you, Kendra. I'm living vicariously through other people right now because I'm not buying stuff.
Holly says, "Mary, what did that book do to you?" It's just too pretty. It didn't do anything to me. It's just sitting here looking gorgeous. That's the problem. some of these pages are really going maybe have to be trimmed down to fit in. Will this goblet fit? Just barely. Maybe not even. So the smaller ones will fit.
Okay, thank you, Joy. I'll check it when I get the chance.
Wait, what did I see about Grandma's? Hold it. What did Joyce? Depression glass is gorgeous. Joyce said, I have my grandmother's pink depression glass. Yeah, that's what a lot of this is the depression glassware. The library sale had, it's the very rare glassware of the Depression years. And they had 3 or 4 beautiful books, but I only took one because I thought one was enough.
Hi, Lori. I think I missed you. Sorry.
I'm way behind here. Hi, Lori.
I have a little bit of depression glass that was my my grandmother's and a few pieces that were Darren's grandmother's.
I don't know. I think my mom had some, but I don't think I got any of it. I think my brother, my younger brother, took over it. There's some gold pieces in here that might look nice. Some pink gauntlets.
That was nice, Kendra. Have her mark them down while you're standing there. That worked out well.
Where did you get those? Did you get those at Hobby Lobby?
Yeah, that's what she said, I think, at Hobby Lobby.
I bought some punches at Hobby Lobby today, some smaller ones, a set of 4. I think, were they 30% off or 40% off? I think they were 40% or 50%. I don't even remember.
Well, hers would have had to have been like 75% off or.
Yeah. Oh, well, these didn't have any big markdowns.
Maybe more than that because she got $300 worth for $50.
Well, yeah, that would have been what, about 75% off? Hobby Lobby. Janet, I'm
just putting these strips on because they're easy. And I figured, why not?
Ooh, this is a pretty one. Are you doing a theme or are you just doing just putting
I'm just going to do kind of patchwork fabric. And I'm just going to let each spread be different colors.
Oh, cool.
But not really a specific theme. I don't have any clue what I'm going to actually put on the pages. I'm just making backgrounds.
You're putting fabric on the pages?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I have these strips of this fabric that I got at Hobby Lobby a long time ago, and I thought it would be fun to do a couple of pages out with these strips, and so.
Well, Kendra said she got a $25 punch for $6, $5.99.
That's wonderful.
And yes, Kathy, I think she's using fabric strips. Kathy Whitney asked if you were using fabric strips.
Yes. These are fabric strips. It's like a fabric strip yarn is what it was, but I didn't want to use it for yarn, so I got it thinking it would make cute tags for, to go in tags. And I've used it that way once, I think, but I keep forgetting I've got it, and so I decided just to go ahead and use some of it on this because there's a ton of it. So, and it was a one long giant piece like yarn, but I just cut some of it out of the middle. I didn't want to go to the trouble to try to figure out how to unwind it. So
I need to adjust my camera a little, I think.
Yeah, I'm using my homemade Mod Podge. Is what I'm using to put this down with, just because it's easy.
Let's see. I go this way? Nope, the other way. Come on, one more, one more. I'm adjusting my camera. Trying to get
Alrighty.
my book centered. That might be pretty good.
It looks good to me.
Well, let's see. I'm going to count my full pages. Be 1, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 full pages. Oh, 12. So far, I got 1, 2. I need 10 more.
A couple of hours. What? Do you need something? Well, then you'll need to wait, babe. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, what I'm planning to do for the next couple of days can wait until later.
Okay. It's not so. Is it something you really need to talk to me about now? Because Mary can hold the fort down and I can come talk to you if you need me to.
No, it's just
Yeah, I'll hold the fort
Okay.
down if you need to go talk.
Okay. No, she said it was just about her government course. And so
Oh,
she's
okay.
she can wait. She
Grandma?
kind of loaded herself down with this really heavy government class this semester. And
Oh,
instead of a one semester quickie little government course like you normally get in school, like we had
yeah.
with a coach that didn't even know what he was doing.
Yeah, that was my thought with the coach.
Yeah, she's reading this book that was based on a class at Princeton College, a government and constitutional studies class. And so
Yeah.
it's a very big book, and
So
That's
it's
what
a
she wanted to talk
challenge,
to me
huh?
about. Yeah, it is.
Well, that's good. That'll be good experience for her. Not only as it being a challenge, but know what to pick the next time.
Yeah. Well, she's graduating this year, so
Oh,
next time
Well.
she'll be either doing college work and getting college credit for it, or she'll be just studying stuff on her own just because she wants to after this.
Yeah.
And she's good at that. She does a lot of that anyway. Because she wants to be a writer, she's constantly doing research on this or that or the other stuff. So
Uh-huh.
she teaches herself more than I've ever taught her. So
Well, that's good. That's
hi, Julie. I'm glad you're here. We're glad you're here. I'm just gluing stuff down. Mary's just choosing photographs.
yeah.
I think she's going to be fussy cutting them out here in a minute, but
Yeah. I need 10 big ones. I have a hard time choosing them. I think I've got 4.
this doesn't
They're
quite go to
pretty.
the edge.
It's not that they're not pretty. They're very pretty. Ooh, I like the gold ones. I'm not the best one. What did this book ever do to you? It just is pretty. So 1. Notice I'm leaning toward gold. 2,
Well, that's normal, isn't it?
4, 5. I got 5 of them. They're all gold. The backs are different colors, but I chose them because of the gold.
Are you gonna use both sides some way, or are you gonna use?
Well, I
just
wasn't
the-
planning on it. I was planning on just collaging them down.
Well, I figured it'd be kind of hard to figure out a way to do that, but
Yeah, well, you could make flip pages, I guess, inserts.
yeah,
Now, but I'm too
That would-
tired to think about that.
that would be a lot of extra work.
Yeah, I'm just that running around today always wears me out. Paying bills and going to the post office and going to the bank and paying my phone bill. I go into Verizon to pay my phone bill. I walk in and pay it. And just all those different things I got to do. Of course, then I have fun by going to Hobby Lobby and Goodwill.
That's good.
fun.
You deserve that after having to go to pay your bill.
That's my fun.
Janet, this is my cover. I'm doing the first page inside, and I'm just doing it with strips of fabric. And I think I put that one over a little bit too far, and so it's messing up on me.
I like that, huh?
That's a good idea, Kathy. She's going to add images to her pages, but small enough images so that the fabric pieces and stuff still show. And I think I'm going to make my my fabric pieces part of my thing in some of the pages, but this one I was doing strips up and down, and so I decided just to let it be like this. So okay, I'm gonna mute for a minute, Mary, and I'm gonna dry, so you can keep them entertained.
All right. Well, I was just going to say I was debating whether or not I was going to go on that 350-mile garage sale this weekend. I really have got enough. I don't need any more. I went to Goodwill today. I didn't buy a whole lot. I like to go just to go. Hi, Sherry. Aunt Beck says she'll post a weekly progress report on. Yeah, as long as you're out, you might as well have fun. Yep, Allie, that's true. Progress report on the house, Aunt Beth. I've caught the crochet bug, which is good, as I have to use up this thrifted yarn. Yeah, you might have me making one of those fingerless gloves, although I don't know. I don't wear socks in the wintertime. My feet stay plenty warm. I don't need socks, well, unless I go out in the snow. I think if that one will fit, I need to get some red in here. Is this one too big? Is this one too fat? Let's measure. I need to get some red because the cover's red, maybe red and gold here. This is about, well, 6 by 7. This is 8.5 by, not quite 6. But I think if I take it from the widest point to the 6, 5.5, I might need a 1/2 inch off of these. I don't know if I want to do that. It's too pretty. But you wear mittens on your hands, Mary. Well, yeah, if it gets real cold. I don't go out too much in the snow and the cold. I don't, I do have mittens and I do wear them, but, they're kind of secondary for me. Ooh, I could do that one, I guess. And I got that pretty gold one on the back. But I need more red. That's 5.5. That one will fit. I've got 2 red ones, and I could probably steal this one if I give up that. I'm not giving that up. I could give this up and maybe do that. I don't know. It's terrible decisions. We'll do this one. I want to get red in here because it's got a red and gold, and that happens to be what the cover is red and gold. So, Susan says, I'm the same, Mary, for my granddaughter. Oh, I've done the crochet backpack for my granddaughter. Cool. A few minutes with socks on and my dog's got to breathe. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
All dry?
I wear sandals all year round, except if I have to go out in the snow or the rain.
Yeah, in the house here, he keeps it at 74. I will say that. So I'm plenty warm. And, I maybe go out once or twice a week if I'm, so, and we really haven't we've had some really, really, really cold days, but I'm usually staying in those days. I like that blue one.
Well, this stuck to my fabric I had on the cover hanging over the edge. I wasn't thinking about that, and I really want to leave that fabric loose. I don't want it to. There we
Hi,
go.
Joan. I'm laughing at Joy. She said, hubby said we were married a year before he saw my feet. Does that mean you wore socks? Wool socks? Just some bows. I go barefooted around the house here all the time. I'm not outside though. I do put shoes on if I go outside. I don't, or garden clogs and that if I'm going to be out in the garden. But there's some rust colored red there. I don't know. There's a lot of gold in this book. There's some blue in there. I might end up using the blues. Well, I don't know. I'd like to see if I've got any full page ones in these. Got a lot of half page ones with these.
Okay. That's still damp, but I'm gonna just put this paper between them and go on. No.
Have we heard anything from Tanya? Let me check.
Yeah, I haven't looked recently
I'll
to see.
take a look here.
Okay, thanks.
No, I don't see anything. The last message was your link.
Okay, well, she may be somewhere where she doesn't have any Wi-Fi, so she might not even be able to give us any messages.
Boy, I'll tell you, been there, done that, and it's not fun. I got all these marks, hallmarks. They're kind of interesting. Royal Prussian vases. If I remember right, it was the covers that had the beautiful, and I don't know what I did with them.
I am feeling a lot better, Joan. I'm sorry. That wasn't because I lied. I just, the cough just is the thing that lingers on forever. So,
yeah. I don't envy you that cough. You could take that.
Susan said she was in a parking lot for 6 hours reading while waiting for the RV. Yeah, I knew she was there, but I didn't realize it was 6 hours. Goodness gracious.
Wow. That would take some patience. Here's some red. I could do that one. We'll do that.
Afraid
one.
I would lose my patience kind of quickly. Of course, if I had a good book, it might be different.
I need one more red one, and then I can fussy cut. this one. If I turn it
Sorry, y'all are having to listen to that.
If I turn this way. Kind of a purple color. Ha! Decisions. I'm looking for a red one that I want to destroy the back of. I gave in on that other one. The rusty one. I don't collect a lot of dishes and stuff. Mainly because they're dust collectors. We got enough dust collectors.
Yeah.
So I did buy at Goodwill, I bought a little cut work bowl to put my pens and pencils over here in. I'm going to get that out tomorrow morning when I stream. But I was looking at them, and in Goodwill today, I saw this beautiful teapot or coffee pot that was silver plated copper. They wanted $15 for it. I wasn't ready to give them $15, but it was a pretty piece. It was shaped very nice. There was no nicks or dents. It would be something that I would buy if I was collecting.
Yeah.
But no, you just have to say no to some things.
That is true. And sometimes it's hard, but it's still
Yep.
true.
Yep. I'm tempted to try this one and let it hang over. It's about a half of an inch too big, which means I'd have to cut off about a fourth, but I think I'll take it. I'm done moaning and groaning over them. We'll see. We'll see
Just
how.
do it, Mary.
Just do it.
Do it.
So, I don't need this anymore.
I don't think that one matches.
Do you know why they were taking the RV in, Lisa?
I think that they had some special thing they had ordered for it that wasn't, they didn't get when they first got it or something. They had to go have it put on, or I'm not sure. I don't think it was because it was broken.
That's what Holly's saying. I don't know. I didn't hear. I haven't.
But I can't really remember what it was.
This is more orange than red, but it's a little red. There's a little face in there. Let's start with the goblet. Colonial red-footed tumbler, rare color. Perhaps the red colonial tumbler was an experimental line of the 1938 Royal Ruby promotions. If it were, then it would have been made by Anchor Hockey. I think I'll save some of the text.
Hi, Debbie. I'm glad you're here. I'm just gluing fabric onto my pages in this book, and Mary is cutting out images. Are those going to be focal points for the book?
Yeah, the focal point for my book is going to be pretty dishes. And I'm leaning toward reds and golds for my larger pieces. Hi,
That sounds
Debbie.
good.
Welcome. Well, let's get rid of all of this excess. Once I make the decision, I quit looking at the back.
There you go.
You just got to whack into it and say, what's done is done. I can't wait to work on my lighthouse book. What?
I said, if you don't just do it, you'll never make any decisions.
That's true. So true. You just got to call it and go for it.
Good grief.
Now, I don't think I'm going to use a wet glue on these, though. I think I'll either use Yes Paste or a glue stick because I don't want all the wrinkling on my images. But right now, all I have is tan, a tan background. But then I got my red pieces there, so I might be going and getting some fabric to collage on this after I put my images down. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty left, and it's got teapots and teaspoons and it's a printed fabric. So
That would be fun.
yeah, it's got some text on it. We'll see.
I have a feeling I'm not going to get very far tonight.
Well, just work. Don't stress over it. That's the thing, because you don't have fun when you know.
That's right. And it's more important to have fun.
That's right.
Weird little patchwork here.
Something that Becky's mom was going to keep to herself. Uh-oh. Into the dumpsters. On the farm where I grew up, there was a bunch of that ruby glass. The farm sold at auction, and my mom heard from her ex-husband that the new owner just bought the dumpsters and emptied everything out of both houses. Oh, I identify with that because, well, not so much me, but my mom, when she married my dad, it was just toward the end of World War II, and my great-great aunt had nice things. Mom grew up with nice things. Well, my great-great aunt passed away, and Mom inherited the house, but Dad sold the house and everything in it. And Mom said it took her a long time to forgive Dad for that, because all of the dishes and things that she grew up with went to somebody else as a part of the house. And that was really sad.
It's hard when you got somebody who's a sentimental person who wants to keep those things, and somebody who's not, and they're the ones who made the decisions.
And my dad was kind of like me when I was growing up, kind of a tumbleweed. He moved a lot, and he didn't own a lot of things of his own that he had an attachment to. Of course, my mom, she dusted those pieces and kept them clean and everything. And, he didn't identify with that. But here's the thing. She chose Dad over those dishes. She said she had a hard time. I hear that and I'm going, you mean he sold everything? He sold the house and all the belongings. They moved to Montana and got me. Poor Mom. She had quite a trade-off, I'll tell you. Aunt Beck was saying on the phone.
Tanya's here. Hey, Tanya.
Hello. We'll see if this works.
I hope it does.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh my goodness, that's way too low. Oh, let me play with my camera.
Okay.
Put it back
just
on just.
away.
Can you put it back on just the two of you or not?
No, I don't think it'll do that.
Okay. Well,
I can take you out, but then I wouldn't know when to bring you back in.
Okay, that sounds well. I'll tell you what. Take me out, and I'll go in chat and tell you when to bring me back in.
Okay, that'll work. Okay, Tanya's going to try and figure out how to get her camera to work better.
Julie said, I posted a question on a few groups and I'm getting swamped with answers. Have you ever moved from the parking lot, Tanya? Tanya made it. Tanya, hi, Tanya, hi, Tanya. Aunt Beck said, my mother kept a lot of my history under wraps all those years. My grandmother would say, don't cry over spilt milk. Yeah, That's kind of hard. I cry over spilt milk. I cried for Mom because, when I heard that, I thought, oh, that's so sad. But in a way, my mom, it makes me admire my mom because she chose, she could have huffed off and, but she chose Dad over the dishes.
Well, that's what she should have chose.
Yeah.
People are more important than things, but still, it's hard.
Yeah.
Well, Tanya, is it any better? Looks kind of the same.
Looks real fuzzy. It may be my upload speed. I may not be able to stream from here. I'm on Wi-Fi, so there's, not a lot I can do.
Yeah.
Okay, if you can leave it there for like that. Yes, Julie, we're still in the parking lot. I should be taking pictures. We've been in and out of garages for 3 days, and we still have more garages to go into, but we're still in the parking lot and enjoying ourselves, even though we're in a parking lot. So that's all that matters. So
That's right. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Sometimes it's just nice to be somewhere different, doing something different.
Yeah, that's it.
Are you in Alabama, Tanya?
Yes, we're in northwestern Alabama, almost to Mississippi.
Are you going to be there for a while, or are you on the move?
We're going to be here a little while longer due to the fact that we've got some paint issues.
Oh.
And the paint issues mean that we may or may not stay. Hey, that better? That looks way better.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. I'll show you where we're at.
I'm going to put it on.
Lisa, put me little and put Tanya bigger if you can, so that they can see Tanya. Can you do that? Make me little and.
I just put her on the whole screen.
There you go. And I'll show you on the map. We're this is Birmingham. And you go west of Birmingham and north of Birmingham on this long 22. And that's Hamilton. Where is it? Red Bay. See? I mean, it's right on the border.
No.
Right on the border. And almost even, let's see, I think Huntsville is right in here. Right up there.
Susan's asking if Jeffrey's been to Santa Claus school yet.
No, that's why we may not be able to get our paint and stuff done. I'm going to go back over where I can watch chat instead of watch the stream. Oh, and I don't know. That doesn't look very good, guys. I'm sorry.
It's pretty pixelated.
Yeah, it is.
We're happy to have you here, even if we can only hear you.
Well, I'll tell you what. Can you make somebody else big and just leave me small?
Can you make both of us like we were?
No, I don't think so. I think she can only do one at a time. So
I can make me big and small, or I can make us do like this.
Yeah, you can do that if you want, and then they can watch.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Now we're all little.
There you go. There you go. That's better, Lisa. But ask the girls what they like. The parking lot deal is the fact that, well, let me show you. I think I got it. The place where we got our motorhome is in this little town called Red Bay, Alabama. We didn't get it here. It's where it's built. And they have a service center. I thought they had a picture. I'll have to take some pictures tomorrow. I haven't been taking any pictures. The service center has a campground that is basically just a parking lot. I mean, really, just a parking lot. But then they call you in and out this is the service center, all these big old bays of service center, but this is the parking lot. So they've got 55 places to park, and a couple of them aren't working just because of different electrical stuff and things like that. So it's just a concrete rock parking lot. And then we get called in for different fixes, and you go in here and you pull in these big old bays, and like we've been in bay 7, we've been in bay 39, and we've been in bay 33, and sooner or later we get to go in these purple bays down here and get paint fixed. And it's just a matter of getting all the little piddly stuff fixed that is under warranty, is
Okay.
the reason we came.
So it's not
We're
some
going
major
to
stuff then.
Michigan. No, nothing major. Well, the paint is kind of, we got to get it notated because it's a mess. It has rings in it and stuff. But there again, it's as long as they note it, we could have it fixed in a year. As long as they realize that it is a warranty issue, they will fix it next year. But by doing it now, we get to stay in this parking lot for free.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's part of it. Yeah.
So are you
Yeah.
getting
And
to take
we're
some time
plugged in.
Are you getting to take some time to relax and have vacation?
I read a book.
Other than
I read a book. I haven't read a book in months.
months.
Well, that's about it. We've read a book in the parking lot. The last time we came here, it took 2 weeks to get into the bay, and this time we got here Saturday and Tuesday. We had a bay, so we're pretty busy. We're also talking to different people about solar power and a cabinet. What, Jeff? Cabinet modifications, and
Wow.
our seats did not have lumbar supports in them. There's a guy supposed to come tomorrow about lumbar supports, a couple of awnings, things that on our old one we either wanted or had, had already done. And there's here in this little town of all things, there's 500 million people that have businesses that relate to. Yeah, it's not that big. I know. Jeffrey keeps correcting me.
Jeffrey, be quiet.
Yeah, she's quiet. But there's people here that. Julie, we just left last Saturday. Oh, will we be away for 6 weeks? November. We don't intend to come back until November. Santa Claus school is the first week of October. So we have to be in Michigan by the 1st of October. But we want to see my cousin, so we intend to leave here next week.
Where's your cousin?
Grand Haven,
Grand
which is
Haven.
on the west side of the state, on the water
Of Michigan?
of Michigan. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of the plan is to go see her and then go to Santa Claus school.
That's something I always wanted to do when I lived in Madison, was go over to Milwaukee and take a ferry across the Great Lake. I thought that would be so fun.
The last time we went up and over the peninsula, because Jeff had never seen that part of Michigan. He had never been to Michigan before. So we took the drive instead of the ferry. But another time we may take the ferry.
But was it a pretty drive?
And
yes, it's a beautiful drive to drive into Upper Michigan.
Yes.
Oh, in Kalamazoo Alley? That's cool. By the way, guys, hello, everybody. I was just not sorted out. Sorry. Somebody had come and Jeffrey had to go rescue them. They've never had an RV before, and they're having little troubles, and her toilet dump got stuck because she wasn't paying attention to it and was letting a lot of water in it. And she wouldn't reach in her hand. So he had to go do plumbing. Hi, Bart.
Well, yeah, I drove along the, and Allie Kay would know. Am I getting an echo? I guess
I
I
didn't
better.
think so.
Oh, okay.
You might start getting an echo if you haven't got a headset on because
I've got
that does
earbuds.
happen.
I've got
You got
earbuds
earbuds.
on my phone.
Okay, guys, if it's me echoing, let me know because I'm not at home.
No, I heard it from me. I heard my
Okay.
voice because I thought somebody else was talking the same time I was, and it was me. I was
Okay.
interrupting myself.
Well, let me see if it's something
No,
I've done.
I don't think it's you, Tanya. I'm not hearing it now. I just heard it a
All
little.
right. All right. Now that's all that matters is that we don't make it go bad. So, but no, we're just been busy.
Well, you need to take a little time and relax. And I'm not
Um,
saying read a book at a parking lot.
in a parking lot. Oh, well, honestly, reading a book in a parking lot is really kind of nice.
Yeah, but you need
We
some.
haven't we've been out to dinner with different folks that are in the same boat we are here
Yeah,
in this parking lot, and
good.
we've but right this minute we're just working on getting this stuff all accomplished so that the rest of the trip is not, you know, we're not really on a vacation yet. This part of it is the work trip. So that's the big thing.
Well, just
I
schedule
don't
some
know.
downtime for yourself. Schedule some
Well,
downtime.
yeah, that's well, when you come to Red Bay, you kind of have to work on their schedule until you're done here, and then
Yeah.
after that, we can. We are going to have to come back because the cabinet guy can't do the cabinets until December. Well, and he didn't call me back, so or if he did, I wasn't on the phone. Um, the in December we have to come back and have the cabinets done because he's booked that far out.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
that's but so Lisa's working on her book. Are you cutting images for your book, Mary?
I am.
Okay.
I'm cutting red and gold for the larger pages, and then the smaller pages are just going to be little pieces.
Okay.
This one might-
And Susan, you're very right. It takes 4 of them to stand around and fix a door latch. That is, we have found that to be very true. But at the same time, coming here is better than trying to get them to fix it in Pensacola. So
Well, getting it fixed, after you get it all fixed, that better be the end of it, huh? So you can
oh no,
enjoy it.
we'll probably come back and fix some more. You find, we haven't used it very much.
That's what I'm
Uh,
saying. You need to enjoy it.
yeah, well, and that's the rest of the trip. And then, hi, Irma. And by the way, guys, hello to everybody.
Hi, Irma.
Right now, Barb, it's working more than a vacation. But they're doing the work. We're just doing the waiting. Jeffrey, I lost a little piece of white paper. Do you see what I did with it? It just disappeared. Did it go down the stairs?
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
love it.
it's gone. I dropped it, guys, and it was like an inch by 4 inches, and it's absolutely okay. Just where I couldn't find it. So I didn't bring my book. I was bad.
So, what are you going to do tonight, Tanya?
I'm going to work on a postcard. I'm going to
Oh,
take this sort of postcard that I got from I don't know, one of those racks of go see it things, travel brochure stuff. And I thought I would see if I could fuss it up a little bit and make it more me before I put it in the mail. Um, give it a little this and a little that. That's my plan.
Sounds like a good plan.
I wasn't sure I was going to get to be on with you guys, and I didn't want to bring stuff I didn't use, so I decided on just a little bit of, I don't know, this postcard doesn't make me happy the way it is. I think I know what I'm going to do. Where did my map go? I didn't want to tote that book and all the stuff to go in it. I toted enough stuff to last 3 lifetimes, but yeah, when Jeffrey was loading it up, I think he thought I'd lost my little marbles, but you know how that goes. We'll let him think that. We won't give him a hard time about thinking it. We'll just
Julie's cutting off pretty sections from package label cards.
say that again.
It said Julie is cutting off pretty sections from package label card.
Label
You know, the
cards.
stuff that- Yeah,
That's a good thing.
it is. Sometimes they've got some really gorgeous stuff just in the middle of the package labels.
Okay. I did bring my little crafty mat. I brought my glue. He packed up quite a lot of stuff for me, so.
So are you just working on a little table in the camper there? In the
We have what's called a computer station, which is basically a table and chairs. It sits right along one side in well, let me see what I can do. Lisa, you want to try to make me big?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second to close this glue box up. It's gonna be pixelated, guys, but and yet I'm gonna put down my sound. So, well, maybe not. Maybe I can walk around enough. Let's see here. Okay. Let me go back over here so I can see. Let's see. Okay.
wow, that looks pretty big.
Okay, honey, it's 340 square feet.
Wow, that's pretty big.
Back there's the bedroom. That door right there is the bathroom. That's a kitchen, of course. Okay, over here is the living room. Okay, and then I'm turning this camera around, so you're now going to look towards the front of the camper. There's Mr. Jeff playing some video games.
Hello,
I didn't
Mr.
think to
Jeff.
look to see if he was wearing any
Oh,
clothes
he
or
looks
not.
like Santa Claus. He's got a beautiful beard.
Okay, now that's the driver's chair he's sitting in. They spin around.
Oh, really?
What? That's not the driver's chair?
Yeah, I told chairs back.
Yeah, it
I don't
spins.
drive from here.
It spins around, and then of course there's the passenger's chair, and then if you come on around, let's see here if I can get over here.
So where's
Oops,
where's
you're
Shield?
getting a headache.
Shield behind him then? If it spins around?
Okay. See that chair right there is where I was sitting. So I'm now looking to the front.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Okay, and the door is right there to get out.
Oh my
By the-
goodness.
And so we're going to go backwards. So I was sitting right there, and there's the dining table. See? And so then the dining table is right. Let's go back to the kitchen.
What a great camper.
There's the
though.
kitchen.
Wow. They have curtains
and the bath.
Mary, they have curtains.
They're actually roller shades with sunshades on the outside. There's
Wow.
two sets of shades that go up and down. Um, one is a solar shade so you can still see out, and then there's black shades to for privacy at night.
Huh.
So okay, you can make me little again.
Wow, that looks like a really nice camper. Man, I'd love to go.
Giving us a tour.
Thanks for
Mary,
sharing that.
this is fancier than any house I've ever owned.
Wow.
And Patricia, it's actually on the small side for a lot of these campers. Tiffin makes big 45-foot buses, and the likes of that. This one's only 36 foot long because that's about as big as you can get in a state park. Can you check the T? If you get over 36 foot, you can't always go in a state park, and that
So
is
where do they go? Do they have to go into special RV parks then?
they have to. Yeah, you have to have a site long enough for you, and so a lot of them only camp where there's power and water and sewer and all that stuff.
Wow.
Granted, in the summertime, we want power too. Because it has been so hot here, our air conditioners, and I didn't know if that was going to make a really big problem tonight. Because the air conditioners are running nonstop. It's been close to 100 degrees.
Wow.
And so it's just not been a pleasant, a real pleasant outside kind of thing. We've sat outside a couple of nights, but it's not been real comfortable to do that. Those RVs, though, we just didn't want anything that big. We wanted to be able to state parks and the likes of that. So
Yeah.
that's why this one's still big, but see, we lived in our old one.
Patricia
So-
says she thinks she'll stay home.
Okay. Well, the old one, we lived in it 7 months, and we had intended to live in it much, much longer when it got attacked by a flying van. So that was our intention, was to live in it. And the size makes a difference. You can put a king size bed in these things. We only have a queen because that's all I wanted. But you can put even a great big king size bed in the bedroom.
Wow.
Now, we also have what's called a basement, which means there's cupboards down there. This basement is a lot smaller than the old basement, but it's still pretty good sized.
Wow.
I've got some stuff down there. Not a lot. Not like I used to. Not doing the shows means that I'm not carrying the same kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't see any need to.
So have you guys decided what you're going to do for October? For the
We're going to take a break in October.
Yeah.
you're going to take a break?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not
because-
going to do a book in October.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll give me a chance to do the triangle book because I haven't done the triangle book yet. I want to get caught up.
All
Well,
right.
that'll be
Here's your
good because we just decided I'm not going to be able to be sure I can do anything. I might be able to, but it all depends on everybody's Wi-Fi and whether or not my phone is going to have enough juice or have enough range wherever we're at.
Yeah.
Because right here, this campground has amazing Wi-Fi. I totally did not expect it. But my phone, I can't even hardly get a bar to make a phone call. And we have like one channel once in a while to watch news on. So That has,
I think I can get more than one of these on here. Now I'm in trouble.
uh-oh.
I might be stacking these up.
Oh, Debbie, I hate to say, I don't know where you're talking about, but yes, Teresa, we're in Alabama and it is hot and it is sticky and um you well, it's just like right now I'm sitting here I'm sweating. So,
This will be an easy one to do.
but it's it's cool. We like it. So,
Well, and you should be doing things that you enjoy.
well, and we'll get to do more fun stuff. On the weekends, a lot of times you can do fun stuff that you can't really do during the week due to the fact that um, the they're going to call you in to get work done. Can I cut this piece out right here? You're sure? Okay. I'm cutting up his magazine, so you know.
You're a good wife to ask permission.
Well, this is where we got a lot of the guys that are doing extra jobs for us. The solar. I don't know if we're going to be able to get our solar panels or not because he wasn't really prepared. He didn't have all of them, and he didn't have a controller big enough. You know, these guys work most of them out of their cars. Some of them have shops, but a lot of them they used to work for the company and they've gone off and they're doing their own little thing. And we had a young couple here today that he had worked for the company for years and now he's working on his own. And we want an awning over the door for when it rains. And so they're going to do that for us. And they were really sweet. They're also going to do some plumbing. We have a little plumbing thing that it's a silly design. You know, sometimes people who design these things don't use them. The cabinet guy told me that the woman that designs these campers lives in California. She's never been in one.
Wow.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you when we got it, it had enough pillows on the bed to last 50 people, 50 lifetimes. And some of those pillows were so big, they were gigantic, huge pillows, like
Fun.
4 foot square. Okay, they're useless. They're at home because there's no reason I am going to tote those silly things. I'm like, okay, leave the designer pillows out and give me a proper shallow drawer for silverware. Instead, the drawer's 8 inches deep. So, you know, she doesn't think. She's just has no clue.
Yeah.
But she lives in California and, you know, never been in one. And
It ought to be a rule that if you're going to design stuff for these, that you have to spend some time
in
at
one.
least just walk around in one
Yep, I
and
think you're
think
right.
about using it.
Or at least watch a video.
Well, but it's just kind of like the people down from us. They just got this. Well, actually, they got theirs one day before us, date wise. But they've never had a motorhome before. And you know, these things they have their idiosyncrasies. Things like the toilet does not work like the toilet at home. You know, it's different. So,
I'm going to mute and dry. So
okay,
just let you know.
Mary, those are
Talking,
really
Tanya.
good. Oh, okay, I'm gonna try. The designer, Susan, I'm not kidding. Designer fabric, the whole 9 yards on the bed. I left the bedspread home too because uh it was so. And yes, Kathy, glamping. It is definitely not camping. It is glamping. I mean, we have a full functioning shower. The toilet is different than a toilet that you get in a in the house, but it's still a toilet. Yeah, Becky, I mean, I kept a few of the little ones for the couch, and like one small one for in the bedroom to prop up when I wanted to read. Um, but I'm not kidding. There must have been 10 pillows, 10, 15 pillows on the bed. And some of them were so silly.
Huh.
So now we do have designer fabric and, but we actually have sort of the stepchild. Some of these rigs in here have ceramic tile on the floor and marble countertops or granite countertops and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And it's not a bucket. That's right, Kathy. It is not a bucket. So, but yeah, some of these rigs. Well, like I said, this is nicer than any house I've ever had. Just a little smaller. So,
Well, I
yeah,
would wanted to go to urban sketching in an RV, but I was thinking smaller yet than what you guys have. I mean, I need something like a minivan expanded or something like that,
yeah. We started with a van, just a van, a kind of line Ford van, and a. Holly says to leave a pillow in each state we go through.
Yeah.
That'll be good one, Holly. They'll be going, why are these pillows here? Yeah, Becky, that's the thing. Ceramic tile is heavy. Why would anybody want to carry those? We started in a van, then we went to a school bus, a 1968 full-size school bus that we converted, and then we went to a Class C, which is like a van with a big box on it. And then we got our one that got wrecked, which was pretty much like this one. There was differences in it, but about the same size. And then this one is an insurance thing because they wrecked our other one. So but we were going to live in it. So honestly, we talked about getting a smaller one than this because we're not going to live in it anymore. The problem was that the insurance company had to buy what we had,
Oh,
and I wasn't going to let them get away with not paying all that they should
yeah.
by buying something smaller that was less expensive
Oh.
after making us wait 2 years. Oh, Kathy, that movie was so funny. Take a rock and leave a pillow. I think I'll keep my pillows.
Kathy says she's always collecting rocks.
Yeah. Well, I can't collect any more books because, I'm not buying anything, not like books now.
I gotta be careful how much stuff I bring home. My studio's filling up fast.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, mine is slap full. So
I'm debating whether or not I want to go on that 350-mile junk jaunt. I want to go, but then again, if I don't go, maybe I should just join your no spin for a weekend. I might be able to make it a weekend.
But did you have fun last year when you did it?
I didn't go last year because we Zoomed that weekend.
Oh,
Weekend before I did it, and I didn't make it the total 350 miles. I got tired after probably about 150. Halfway through, I turned around, came back home because I was tired.
You were tired.
There's they take advantage of all the traffic that they get and everything. And there's like all these farms out in the middle of Nebraska have all these garage sale signs, and
Mhm.
you can just stop almost every 5 miles, and it can be tiring. So I don't know if I'm going to go or not because I really don't need anything.
Well, and a trip like that is more fun if you've got somebody to help you drive some and that kind of thing too.
Yeah, and brother doesn't want to do that. He would be checking my cart. It'd be my money, but he'd be spending it for me. He'd be checking to see what I got. So
Lucy's was Lucy's an Airstream? It might have been, Holly. I don't remember.
this one's kind of cool. I like them both. Oh well, quack 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 quack. If I cut it fast, then I made my decision.
There you go.
Why
Whack
don't you want to
away.
cut it? Oh, because there's one on both sides. Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Well, but this is just a library book that I got at the book sale. I only paid $1 for it, so
There you go.
it would probably. Well, I don't know if anybody else would have bought it or not. But what happens to all those books? I wonder that don't sell.
Garbage can.
That
That's
makes me
that's what
sad.
I know. That's what they told me at the bookstore, at the book sale at the library. Garbage can.
Really.
Yeah, our library has a big basement area, so they can store them for a while. So they, keep things in between sales. But I know when my son was volunteering, he worked in the basement. He doesn't work down there now. He works upstairs, but but when he was volunteering, he was the one who threw, had to go put all that stuff in the dumpster.
Wow.
And he was always bringing home this book or that book because he was like, "Mom, this is just too good a book to be in the dumpster."
Yep. Yep. Well, the girls at the library said when they pack up from the sale, they date the box. And I guess if it hasn't sold in a year, they put them in the trash can.
Wow.
Now our library, because it's a system of libraries for the county.
Well, you know what they should do though before they put them on the trash can is have a free book table.
Well, at $5 for a whole grocery bag, they're pretty darn free.
Yeah.
That's how they
So-
are at ours too.
But
Yeah.
during the year, somebody might want that in June that didn't buy it in January. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe. Well, that's why I said they put them back out. We have 4 book sales a year.
Yeah.
So, they'll put them back out for a year, and then after a year, if that box hasn't gotten sold sort of in a year's time, then it goes.
Wow.
So,
I don't know how they would even keep up with that.
I don't know either, but that's what she told me. I was like, okay. I think it probably gets crossed around.
Well, you guys
Yeah.
live in a bigger area than I do too. Our libraries aren't huge libraries. But I'm
Yeah.
always picking up magazines from I came home with a whole bundle of them yesterday from the free table.
They have a free book table. They also have bookstores in all of our libraries. They're little bookstores.
Yeah.
They have a special room, and then outside the bookstore, there's usually a rolly cart with free books on it. So
That's what they did when I lived in Madison. They had a bookstore with exactly what you're saying and a free book cart.
Well, we have the bookstore, but we don't have a free cart.
Yeah, they all have rolly carts that has a free section on it, and they have magazines, and our library system is a county library system, so they each have little store spaces and the likes of that. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I think it's done. Do you want to show it, Lisa?
Yeah, just a sec.
I'll hold it.
Alrighty. You still need to hold it up a little bit, I think.
Okay.
Very nice.
I'm going to round its corners and put matte medium all over it. So
So are you making a special book that you're putting this stuff in for your
What
trip,
I-
or?
what I'm doing is I'm going to mail them to my mama. And okay, you can go back to you guys. I'm mailing them to my mom. I mailed her just one I had made from home, and then I've been looking at. We haven't. There's a lot of things this town lacks. Jeffrey left his computer mouse at home, and we've driven all over this town trying to find a computer mouse, and there isn't one. So I was looking for postcards from town to mail, and nobody has had anything. So I'm just gonna make this one and mail it. I'm mailing them to my mama, and she's keeping them, Lisa, so that I can put them into a book when I get home.
Oh, that's good. And it's cool that you're actually mailing them. So
Yeah.
they have postmarks and all that stuff on them, and
And we'll
not
see
just
how
something
they
you make stuck in a.
right. Just not. It's not just that I made it. It's that it's actually been mailed and the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
9 yards. So, and I brought. Oh, I better have brought. I'll be right back. I got to go across the room to the box, the special
The
box.
box.
Yes. Of my short clips, 291.9 to watch the whole thing. Oh, she's talking about the long trailer. Yeah, that's such a fun movie. There's no Walgreens here, Becky. There's no Walmart. The closest Walmart's 25 miles away. There's no thrift stores. Fred's. I told everybody the other day I went in Fred's. That used to be the store here, and they're closing, and so they have almost nothing. I asked the girl in there if she had any idea where in town you could buy a computer mouse. She looked at me like dumbfounded. We've asked all over town. The hardware store guy sent us to Belmont, which is like 6 miles across the state line. They didn't have, the appliance store didn't have any. So Jeffrey's using mine and I'm using my finger. So we'll survive.
Make you appreciate the comforts of home when you get
Well, I
back.
have to tell you, when I bought
That's
a mouse,
right.
I went to Best Buy and they didn't have any mouses that plugged into the UCB. They were all wireless. And I didn't find a mouse until I went to Walmart. I wanted one that plugged into my UCB, and I found it. And I wanted a little travel one, a little one that fit in the palm of your hand. I didn't want a large one. And I found it at Walmart, and I found it much cheaper than the one that they were wanting to charge me at Best Buy. But they didn't have any wired ones.
That's what I've got is just a little tiny well, it's Bluetoothed through the little mouse port thing, so
Yeah.
it works real well. And Jeff has the same kind, and he just forgot it. So somewhere along the line, we'll find a Walmart and we'll stop and we'll get one, and then we will
to get a couple of them because I really do think that they won't be making them very much longer. They'll be making those wireless things.
At least I told him we were going to leave it in the camper because that way, if it's in the camper, then if he forgets it or I forget mine, then we're good. We don't have to worry about it. So I just packed it. I just packed the stamp I needed in another bag. I tried to sort things out and put I kind of took all the things off my table that I use all the time. And I tried to put things in baggies because between the heat and everything else, I was afraid that it might get kind of like ink pads might drip or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and I have to tell you, I have had this particular stamp 35 years this year, Jeff. Next month, 35 years, right?
Well,
Our anniversary, 35 years. Okay. I got this stamp on our honeymoon 35 years ago next month. So,
Well, just a second. I want to see it. Let me put you big because,
oh, it's so exciting. It says postcard.
well, that is exciting because I would like to have one like that. I've been thinking about making postcards, in a book, and that's lovely.
It just is the postcard here. It's no no lines or anything. So depending, I can use it on any size postcard.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I like. And
Becky
Becky,
says that she likes her cordless mouse, but I found that my Bluetooth it runs off of Bluetooth, and my Bluetooth isn't cooperating.
well, my cordless mouse has a little square piece like a USB stick that you stick in the USB port.
Yeah, that's the way mine is too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the way mine is, but the cordless ones have wired, don't they? I mean,
No,
the
this one,
cordless ones, the
Well, cordless and
that
wireless are two
use
different
USB
things.
have wires.
I mean,
no, this one's hand it to me. Can I borrow the mouse for a minute, please? No, I don't need the pen. You could hand me the other pen and just a minute. Mary's asking a question.
She's got to show me the mouse.
Okay, go back to me, Lisa, when you can.
yeah, that's exactly like what I have, except mine's red.
Yeah,
No, this
see,
is
Mary,
black.
this
Sorry,
little
nothing
this
open.
little piece
Does
right
that run
there.
on Bluetooth though?
No, this is it plugs into the USB,
Yeah.
and then the mouse receives the information. The mouse sends the information to this little USB thing, and this is the see how tiny it is, and this actually, and I think they were $10 at Walmart. This actually fits in here when you're storing it, and it's not plugged into your computer.
Really? Now, see, mine looks like that only, and it plugs into the USB. Only it has a wired. It's wired from the mouse to the USB.
Yeah, and these little mice work great.
They do. They're good. You need to get one, Mary.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm thinking as long as it doesn't run on Bluetooth. It doesn't.
Untether yourself.
no, the mouse and this little doodad, and it has nothing to do with Bluetooth.
Isn't that something? Wi-Fi isn't running on Wi. It has to have some way to communicate.
It communicates through the computer because you do not have to be on the internet to have it work.
Really?
Yep.
All right. All right. It's very interesting.
And I think it was all of about $10.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
they're not very
I think it's
expensive.
really cheap. That's why I liked them.
Yeah. I mean, Jeff said he thought his was 15, but I think it was about 10.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
I'll go for these.
Hi, Barbara. We're glad you're here.
hello.
All the cool people are.
All the
Hi,
all the
All the
cool
cool
people.
people are here. Hi, Beth. We're glad you're here too. You get to be cool.
Beth.
Sherry, I think I was muted when you came in, Sherry, and I didn't say hi, but I'm glad you're here. Well, I'm going to mute again, and I'm going to dry this so I can move on to the next page. So y'all just keep entertaining folks.
Okay. Mary, Holly just made a comment that you just need to remember to turn it off when you're not using it because it will eat up that little AA battery real fast. Although I think my battery's been in there for probably 2 months, and I use it a lot. So, and he's playing games with it. So, Mary, one thing about this motorhome I should tell you. This thing has more TVs than any house I've ever had too.
More what? TV?
Televisions.
Ah!
We don't have a TV in the bedroom at home. We have one TV at home.
Huh.
One. And there's one in the bedroom and two in the living room because, you might be sitting in the wrong place here to see the TV, I guess.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, there's one outside.
Huh.
Now, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. If I'm going camping, I'm not doing on. Julie, great. Julie says my screen is better. Julie, it's probably because I'm on Wi-Fi. I can't be plugged in here. And I'm on. Beth, we haven't got to Santa School yet. Santa School's the first week of October. So we're headed that direction eventually. The Wi-Fi here in the park is really good, but it's still Wi-Fi. And that's probably why I'm not getting, and plus I don't have great light. We have good light, but at home, I have studio lights for this camera. So, yeah, Holly, I have a bad habit of getting up and walking away and leaving mine on. So,
I just discovered this book is stitched.
huh.
It's very
So
interesting.
Does that mean you don't really want to tear it up now?
Yep.
Well, you've already torn it up. Just keep going. You'll get another one.
Yep. I guess go back to hopefully they'll have more of them at the next. This library is the one that remodeled in our area, so they haven't had a library sale since 2016.
Okay.
And I guess they had a library sale that was the one that they had last weekend, and it went over really good. There were a lot of people there.
Mm-hmm.
And they were very happy about it.
That's great, Beth. The Santa Claus School. We stopped in Alabama to have work done on the camper. That was sort of in the plans. We had little things like my pantry latch won't stay latched, and there was a latch on one of the basement doors that kept coming apart. We've got paint problems. I'm trying to think. The other day, a light blew out. Things that happen to something brand new, and yeah, I'm getting a pretty bad lag. That's why she didn't make me big. But that's what we're doing is we're getting those little kinks, some of those kinks worked out before we go on to Michigan. So that was kind of in the plan. Plus we're working on getting some solar power, which we're really excited about, or at least I am. I don't know if Jeff is as excited as I am. I think he keeps seeing the price tag and wonders if it's really going to be worth it. So, ta-da!
Yay!
Another layer or so, and then it will be. That card I cut up was kind of stiff, and I'm afraid if I don't put something over it, it'll catch in the machines when it goes through the mail. So the plan, I decided I would just put a couple layers of matte medium on it. Beth, my son's in Omaha, and we just got from Florida to Alabama, and we will not be seeing him this trip, which makes me sad, but that's the way it is. Maybe next.
Quite a drive, even from Michigan to Nebraska.
Yeah, well, and we're going to New York
Yeah,
Um,
that would tire me out.
Teresa, where do they work on glampers in Michigan?
Am I setting the table? This is my book, Beth. This is my book. I got this fabric at Walmart. Let me zoom in a little, show her my book.
Well, and I think Lisa, Holly asked if you're using material.
Yes, I'm using material. I decided I'm just going to make a base coat in material all over it like patchwork. Each page a little bit different set of colors. And then what'll happen after that, I don't know.
Yeah, I got it, Beth. I got it at Walmart of all places, and it's kind of like a French print with teapots, and it's got a teaspoon, and it's got some postal marks, and it's got tea time and Earl Grey written on it. I got a yard of it, and I found it in red. And then I went back the next week and I found it in white and black. So I got it in a yard of white and black
Ooh,
too.
that'd be pretty, and all three colors put together.
Yeah.
Material is gorgeous, isn't it, Beth? Beth says she
Yeah.
loves that material. I do too. I'm a little jealous. I try not to be jealous of people, but I'm a little jealous of that material. It's lovely.
That's cool, Teresa, in Jackson. Well, I'm from Michigan. Went to high school in Rochester, and we're going to try to see my cousin in Grand Haven before we go on to Midland, which is where Santa Claus School is. That's the plan. Best laid plans. Then after Santa Claus School, we're going across Pennsylvania and New York and see my sister in New York,
Thank you, Teresa.
and then down to West Virginia to go to a camper rally. South Lyon. Oh my. He's probably a lot younger than I am, though, Teresa. Yep, I like how that came out. And I wonder if I can make another one. Let's see. What do we have that I can cut up that will be fun? Of course, I have to cut up stuff that I've seen, which, I haven't seen a lot of stuff this time. Last time, there's a tour of the plant here, and you can go through the walking tour, and they actually will show you campers being built and stuff like that, and it's very interesting. But this time, we just haven't had time. Last time, we had over a week of just waiting, and this time, we got here Saturday, and on Tuesday we were in one of the bays being worked on. So and then
But that's a good thing.
Tuesday afternoon we had to go again, and today we had to go again. So yeah, it's a very, very good thing because sometimes you can. Well, there's a guy across from us who's been here 7 weeks.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, he has some big paint issues. They have redone one of his slides 3 times.
Wow.
I think they're going to end up having to redo it completely from the sounds of things. Luckily, he works from, he works from his camper, so it's not like he's missing work or anything, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
42. Yeah, he's a lot younger than me. Julie says that their mower is making nasty smells. And Beth's talking about your picture, your blocks, Lisa.
Oh.
That the square makes her think of her grandma.
Oh. Well, I hope it sounds like a sweet memory.
Robin Hood of Sherwood Forest. Oh, Teresa, that's funny. Uh-huh. I'm going to have to look up the first the lake you were talking about, Teresa. So go ahead, Lisa.
Oh, I was just gonna say it. Just when she was talking about quilt blocks, like a giant puzzle. I'm one of my best memories with my grandmother is I had a quilt top that was given to me by my great grandmother. Well, my grandmother gave it to me, but it was my great grandmother's quilt top. But on one side of the family, and my other grandmother helped me quilt it.
Oh, cool.
So
That's cool.
so I've got memories of it with both grandmothers.
Most of my quilts did not come from my grandmother. My grandmother did not quilt, but my dad did. So we have several quilts that Dad quilted, and then that Mom might have pieced it, but Dad would have quilted it. But also, I have some that Dad embroidered.
Oh, how cool!
Oh yeah, I have one that's beautiful. It's lilacs. The quilting is white on white, but then it has the purple and green of the lilacs that's all embroidered on there. Debbie, yes, what they do is they pull us into a bay or a garage, and Jeffrey, do you have that picture on your camera? Are you playing a game? When your game finished, will you bring me your picture? They pull us into a garage, and they plug in the camper so that everything's working, like the refrigerator and all that kind of stuff. And we could stay in the camper while they're working on it, but that means you're kind of in the way. So we usually go to the lounge unless we're needed. Like today, they called us back because our entryway door was kind of crooked. It was off, and we found out that everybody's is like that right now. Somebody's putting them together not quite right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, oh is right. Anyway, so they called us back to check on it to see if it was going to make us happy. Is the deal? It's not perfectly square in there, but like he says, the body of the thing is not like the wall of a house. So you take something that flexes a little bit, and then you put something that's rigid and hard inside of it, and you have issues. Everything doesn't always line up, and that's the case. And so we went back, we checked on it, then we went back to the lounge. But then every night they give it back to us, and we can come out in this giant parking lot, which they have full hookups with water and sewer and electric, and plug in and open our slides. Because this thing, I showed you the pictures, well, all of that, there's 4 slides in this thing. That means that the sides of the camper come in and make a skinny little hall down the middle. So, Lisa, do you have a fabric journal you could show us? Is your fabric journal?
I saw that comment. Sorry, I'll look for one. Just a minute.
Okay.
I had to stop and cough for a second first.
Okay. I promise tomorrow I'll take some pictures and put them on the on the group page. We aren't supposed to get called into a bay tomorrow. We're supposed to be able to have sort of a down day. We have a bunch of other stuff doing that we've got to go do, but waiting on other people to call us stuff.
Make me big so that
Yep, that sounds good.
so I can show them this. This is my fabric journal.
Ooh.
I think I made it too big because once I get it all done, it's not going to shut. So I'm debating about taking some pages out. But anyway, I just sewed signatures together. I ripped the sheet. I had kind of dyed it with coffee and with Kool-Aid and different things. And I just ripped the pages, approximate size, And then I made 3 signatures out of it, and then I glued the first and last pages of each signature together. And then I'm just throwing stuff now. And then on the back, I glued them all to this green fabric all the way around. And then I put this crocheted piece on top of that. So everything in here is just glued. I haven't sewn stuff in it. I've just glued stuff in it. I meant to put this as a page of when I started and then when I finished, but I didn't put when I started, and so now I don't remember when I started. But so far, I haven't done a ton in here, but I really love this. That was the first thing I did in it was this. And this is a collage I did out of some different fabrics. And this is a collage too. The flowers were cut out of fabrics and glued onto this fabric. And then Hannah made these butterflies for me out of some ribbons. And so I put that on there. And then this one, this little Santa Claus I got at the thrift store. And so I just glued him down. But this is some lacy stuff from a shirt. And I just put it underneath the Santa Claus and then lace around it. And this is some of these fabric strips that I wove.
Thank you.
Into a, like a little quilt, and put some lace around it. And this was my, we did a fabric square swap, and Dawn Boss was my partner, and this is the one she sent me. And then I made this one that's a crazy quilt page. And I think that's almost it. And I did this one where I made a big flower out of a bunch of different laces. And then this was, I did the slow stitching, just quilted it and everything. And then I glued it down onto here after I did this independently and then glued it onto my book. And that's all I've done in there so far.
Okay, I think it was Beth asked me a question. And yes, Beth, we have a car because this thing's too big to take to the grocery store easily. So we tow our Jeep. And Lisa, if you're done, if you put me back on, I'll see if they can see these pictures. If not, I'll see if I can post them to. I don't know if I can post them.
Hold it up a little bit.
Can you see it? Okay.
Hold it to the camera. Closer. Yeah, there you go.
There. Okay. So this is the parking lot we're in. And back there, oh, that's just the store and the office. Let me see here. Oh, there we go. Fix. Oh, I better look. I don't know what he's taking pictures of. Well, no, you've got. I went the wrong way. Okay, well, he doesn't. Yeah, on the picture itself. Yes, I know how to scroll, but I scrolled the wrong way. Okay, see all of the campers in the rows? And then right there is back there is the garages. So, oh, there we go. There we go. See all those garages back there?
Wow.
Big garages. There's I think there's close to 50 bays. And then we're parked in there somewhere. And there's 2 big rows of campers. So, and they're very. Yeah, this is all. It's all for repairs.
Wow.
The factory where they build them is in a totally another area of town.
Wow.
then they send the paint. You can go make me little again, please, Lisa.
Okay. I just
Um,
noticed that Teresa asked what size this is.
yeah.
I thought I better measure it real quick. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Um, the paint, they drive them to Belmont, Mississippi to paint them because the paint factory is over there. Partially because over here on this side they couldn't grow the paint. The factory has grown slowly over time, so they couldn't get it any bigger over here because of the where it's located because it's kind of like in the middle of town. Um, and so they have had to move paint elsewhere, and they've got a piece of property over in Belmont, Mississippi, where they paint stuff. And then, like I said, there's a lot of local vendors here. Like there's two huge diesel shops that will do stuff. If you're doing warranty work, they will even pay other shops to do warranty work. But a lot of people like to come here to get the warranty work done. It's one of those things, and you have to come. You cannot make an appointment. You have to come. You have to wait. But they're very organized about it. Um, Different bays do different things, and as
Hi,
long as you're
Brenda.
not freaked out about time, it works real well.
Yeah.
If you're freaked out about time, then it doesn't work so well.
I can imagine. Teresa, this is 7 inches this way and 7.5 inches this way. That's approximate. And then it's like, I don't know, 2.5 inches thick.
And how many pages have you gotten finished?
I don't know. Let's see.
She's got a lot more to go, I think.
I've got a lot more to go. I've got 6 spreads and 1 page. And then
Okay.
the cover. And that's all that's done so far. But like I said, I think I probably need to take some of those out. Thanks, Joan. I don't think I like working with fabric more than paper. I just like it as much.
There you go. I had hoped to send a postcard every day, but we got kind of busy and I haven't gotten any sent but one this week, so. Oh, well. We all know how that goes, don't we?
Yeah.
I will tell you that I found a lot of my supplies for the postcards just at one of those little, has all of the brochures. Last time we were here, we went to the Coondog Cemetery and the Rattlesnake Cafe and a lot of places like that we haven't had a chance to go to because we've been in the bays. And we did those things last time on a weekend because when you're not going to be called into a bay, you can, go off and goof off. Yeah, go have fun and goof off and all that kind of stuff. Uh-oh, Jeffrey. Yep. He says, you're too low. Battery low. Battery low. Well, we're also out where it takes a lot of juice, and he's been talking to 500 people over the cabinet work we want to have done, and the not air conditioners. Oh, those solar power things, stuff like that. Tomorrow we got to clean. we kind of have made a mess. We've tracked dirt in the parking lots, just rock and dirt and stuff. So we've tracked dirt in. Haven't cleaned up because we keep having to go in work bays. And we've been getting home and tired and hot and don't really care whether we do anything or not. So, by the way, I wanted to ask y'all how bad the air conditioner noise is.
I can't
We
hear it.
don't hear it at all.
Okay, well, I have on my headset and I'm using the microphone in the headset, so I was hoping that would work. So,
Patricia, I'm the same way. I like making journals more than I like filling them up. These things that Tanya and I've been doing every month, those are the books that get done. My other journals just get made, and I do some in this one and some in that one. And
but I think the making is the fun part. That's okay.
Yeah, I like my monthly journals that I do every month. I find that doing it month by month really keeps me motivated. If I do a journal and try to get it done in a year, by May I'm done,
Yeah.
But even if I have blank pages, like in May I had blank pages at the end of the journal, but that didn't bother me. I just went on to June, I just didn't.
Mhm.
So,
well, I like your idea of everything that you do that month you put in that journal,
yeah.
and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and I don't, it doesn't have to all be art. That's it. I put in Happy Meal, I'll put in, something. I mean, it doesn't all have to be art. It could be cards that people send me or something I see out of a book. So that I find that's really working for me.
Well, and it also is it's kind of a record
Yeah.
when you do it that way.
Yeah.
It records the art that you did in that time.
Yeah. And then working on these little mini journals with you has been, kind of the journal making project. And I find that these are really fun to do. I've enjoyed doing these little small journals. I've enjoyed these a lot. The little no-sew journal and all of them I've enjoyed.
Okay, Susan says she wants to hear Jeff say ho ho ho.
Thank you,
Ho,
Sherry.
ho.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, yay.
He doesn't need to go to school.
That was a good one. That sounded just like the Santa Claus in my life.
He does it very, very well.
He does.
Schoolism is also a little bit to do with liabilities.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true.
That's part of school. That's an unfortunate part in this world, but that's the case.
Yeah. Well, the
So,
world we live in is very.
Yep.
You
Would
mean
make-
liability, meaning that he's been a trustworthy person, or liability?
Yeah, liability because if you have a 3-year-old on your lap and they fall off or
Oh,
something like that, or because and trustworthy, they'll probably talk about insurance,
wow.
stuff like that a lot of these guys that go to the school, Jeff does this for fun, and but he might get a job, a little bit of a job, part-time job here or there maybe, but he does it mostly for fun. But a lot of these guys do it for a living or for supplemental income, that kind of thing, and you have to have insurance. Thank you, Janet. I will. No, Julie. Honestly, this afternoon was the first time I've been on the internet since we left home Saturday. I have popped in on my phone to just barely say anything, and so I have not been on the group page at all. I was trying to answer comments. I had people ask me questions on my channel, and I thought I better get those answered so that they could go on with whatever they wanted to do next. So I
Did you
haven't. But
read
I'll-
Debbie's comment?
That was awesome, Santa. The April Cornell catalog. I don't even think I've ever heard of that company before. And yes, Kathy, people will sue Santa. That's just, I don't know about people, but that's what they do that stuff. So I don't know why they have to be so hateful and ugly, but they are. Hi, Arlene.
Hi, Arlene.
It's a liability issue, Patricia. They just, like I said, if a 3-year-old takes a nosedive off your lap, and that can happen, stuff like that. So, plus, uh, now Jeff's had background Jeff worked for the federal government, so he's had background checks run on him, so it's not a big deal. I worked for the school system, so I have had too, but a lot of people haven't had that, and they'll probably talk about that. They'll also be talking about. I'm hoping that I can get some information about some patterns to make him a really a nice fancy suit. I mean, he has a suit. It's very nice, but I'd like to make him something a little fancier. And I can do it without a pattern, but it would be nicer if I had one. I'm just being lazy, I guess.
Is it easier for them to get insurance if they go to Santa Claus school?
Yes, it is. That's part of it too. And it's also supposed to be about fun. They're going to take us. Michigan has this little town called Frankenmuth, and there is a Christmas store called Bonner's there. And they're taking us to Frankenmuth one night for dinner, and there's a banquet, just like any kind of school or convention that you go to. There's also a Santa Claus convention in Branson, Mississippi, Branson, Missouri, Branson, Mississippi, Branson, Missouri. In July. We did not try to go to that. We know about it, and that might be something we do in the future, that kind of thing. But in that, there's 2 big Santa Claus groups that meet together and have sort of a parades and fun time and stuff. But Midland, when they go to school there, they ask them to not put on a Santa Claus suit because it's October and they don't want to confuse the poor little kids with 50 Santa Clauses running around. And this particular Santa Claus school has been in business for a long time, so they kind of have it down.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is early, huh?
Yeah, Santa Claus is early, and there's 50 of them. What are you doing here? So, and yes, Sherry, that's right. Nature of the beast these days. And Kathy, yeah, red velvet. Holly, it doesn't matter if they have a Mrs. Santa Claus school or not. I'm not doing it. I help him. it's just not my thing. I'm just terrible. I'm just mean and awful, I guess.
What's not your thing? I missed that.
To be Mrs. Santa Claus.
Oh, to be Mrs. Santa Claus.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not my thing.
Well, you're still kind of young. Give yourself 20 years.
To be Mrs. Santa Claus, honey, I have the grayest hair in the world. You've seen it. You know that. I've had gray hair since I was 12.
I know, but you're still kind of young. You get a little older, you'll want to be Mrs. Santa Claus, I think.
Okay.
Mrs.
I'll settle for being Mrs. Jeff. That's okay.
Jeff, that's good too. It isn't going to be any good if you don't want to do it. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, that's the case. So, this is the first night I've been able to get my stuff out too, because we keep having to go in those bays, so you can't make a big old mess that you can't get cleaned up at night, because we've been getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to be in the bay by 7, and so I have not been getting anything out. That's one reason why I read a book, because I can read a book without making a mess. Because right now I have a mess everywhere, and I've got boxes. We can't go to bed until I clean up. Patricia, yes. He gets recognized by old and young. Oh, Beth says to just keep baking cookies. Yeah, nah, I don't bake either. Oh, Becky's off to bed, guys. I missed her saying good. I missed saying good night. I'm sorry, Becky.
Oh, I do too.
But yeah,
Becky, good night.
people say, "Well, hello, Santa," to Jeff all the time. They just, they recognize him as Santa.
I'm going to
Okay.
mute and
Okay, you mute and dry, and I'm going to go get some pencils from the other room. I'll be right back. I'm going to take my headset off though, so I don't yank everything onto the floor.
So I guess that means Mary's on, huh? Mary's got a lot of dishes going here. I'm just cutting them all out, as many as I think will fit. If I don't use them in this journal, I'll use them someplace else. I'm really loving these. Ha, Beth says, just keep baking the cookies. Holly says, I know how to bake. Aunt Beck laughed. Good night, Aunt Becky. I could be an elf. Joy says she could be an elf. Kathy says, yes, she learned to bake really good Christmas treats, Holly. Aunt Beck said good night. Holly says, do they have Mrs. Santa Claus? I want to go. Red velvet. Let's see. I would love to wear the stuff in the April Cornell, but it's too high for me. I've never seen that. I'm going to go look at it. Going for something to wet my whistle, Susan says. Arlene came in. I'm just scrolling back through chat.
Okay.
Are you back?
Yep, I'm back.
Okay.
Look, there's Santa. Yeah, Jeff gets that all the time.
I'm just scrolling through chat, getting caught up. Woo.
Lisa, when you do come back, Patricia would like you to do a flip of, I think, what you're working on. I tried to pack my stuff up by project so that it wouldn't be quite so hard to find what I wanted to work with. But I hadn't quite made my mind up about what I was doing with this. That's the postcards are going to be I don't know, more of a whatever it happens kind of thing. Whatever's going on that day.
Do you mail one to yourself?
I'm mailing them to my mama, and
Okay.
she's holding on to them for me, and that way I can kind of send my mama something that will make her
Or happy.
happy. Yeah.
Because
Just
when I
gonna-
made those postcards at the beginning of September, I made in my morning streams, I made
Mhm.
2 of them, and I made one to give away, and I made one that I mailed back to myself. And they're really kind of looking nice in my art journal.
Well, and that's kind of the thing. Mom said she'd hold on to them for me, and that way, I've got them, and they're mailed to her, so
Yeah.
it's a record of what we've done, kind of thing. But yet she gets to enjoy them
Yeah.
too. So that's kind of the plan.
Yep.
So,
I don't know if this one's going to fit. I think these are going to be too big.
and like I said, I had hoped to make one every day, but so far this week it hasn't happened, and that's fine. That's not, or at least mail one every day. It's not a rule. It is this is my fun vacation, and if this happens, that's great, and if it doesn't, oh well.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Oh well.
Hi, Julie.
I brought stuff to
Hey, who
work
was it
on.
that wanted me to do a flip through?
Bye, Julie. Good
I
night.
think it was Patricia. Patricia, I don't know. I haven't talked to her since Friday, so I really should have called her a couple of times this week. But we have been so busy, and by the time we have slowed down, it's been bedtime because we had to get back up at 5 o'clock. So it's been kind of busy. Okay, Lisa, you're gonna make yourself big so you can do it.
Oh, yeah, I guess I should do that.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay, this is the one I just did. Let me. And there's that one. I probably need to stop. Everything's very wet. And then there's this one. And that one. And then there's the front one. So I've
Well,
done
that's
1,
gorgeous.
2, 3, 4, 5. I've done 5.
And
Feels like
what
a lot more than 5.
are you gonna do over them?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm still trying to decide. I think I need to kind of just prop this and let it dry. I don't think I need to do any more right now because they're too wet, I think, to do anything else.
That's the thing that's the reason that book is not making me happy.
Yeah.
Because, and I think what I'm going to do when I get home is I'm going to sort of start over. I think what I'm going to do is do 2 pages together and put the backgrounds on. Do 2 pages together and put the backgrounds on, and then take those 2 sets of 2 pages, put them together, and put the background on. That will allow me to do a whole bunch of them, getting them dry in between.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. The only problem with doing that is that when you attach them together, but if you do it in a way that you're happy with the fabric going over the top of your background.
Well, no, when I attach the 2 together, the 2 and 2 together, they would be blank pages. So then the fabric would go under the background.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were going to do all the 2s and then put them together.
Yeah. Okay. Do like 2 pages together with fabric, put the background on those 2 pages, and just put all the 2s like that, where all the backgrounds are only on one side of the page. Then you fold those and you're putting 2 and 2 together to make 4.
Yes,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And then, so you put those 4 together with the strips and put the background on that set of 2 pages. I'll film it when I do it so that it makes a little more sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I just
Okay.
I wasn't thinking about only doing one side of them before you start
Yeah.
adding to it.
Yeah. Patricia said she used a fine liner in white to outline each piece of fabric, and it's pretty. I'm sure it
Oh, that
would be.
sounds nice. You could do that and just do faux stitching on them.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite one right here.
We
I
can't
just
see it because it's standing up.
oh well, it's not now, but I was
Okay. Oh, all right. I see. Okay, I'm
yeah
over where I can read chat. I can't wait
right.
for them to fix chat for
That's
ours.
my favorite one. I
That
like
is
those
really
colors.
pretty.
I like them each individually, but of all of them, that's my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to set this aside. And I dumped all my fabric on the floor a minute ago, and I'm going to pick it up. Well, not all of it because there's still a bunch of it up here, but I dumped a bunch of fabric on the floor.
Oh my, bad girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm going to put these back in the thing. I'll come up with some other project to do while we're here, but
well, I'm gonna kind of straighten up because I kind of made a big old mess. How did I make such a big mess? That is one thing you can't have a mess in the camper because when your sidewalls squash in and have to squash in every day because we've been moving every day, you cannot leave stuff floating around. It's got to
oh,
be
that's
picked
true.
up. Um, so however, we have lost a business card. Okay, now you tell me where a business card that was what we thought was in a file folder would go to, but it's gone. We think maybe it went in the couch. It's like, okay, really?
In the couch.
Yeah. Well, when we pick up to move, sometimes we put stuff on the couch because then it doesn't end up under the slide wall floor. And we think maybe that's what happened to it, but we'll get another one. We'll talk to him. Oh, and I have this fun mule. Look at this mule, guys. Isn't he cute? Now, he has nothing to do with anything we've done this week, so I'm not using him yet. But I saw him and I was like, okay, I have to have that mule.
Yeah, he
I,
is
I
very
may
cute.
not I may not use him for my postcard project, but I'd like to go to Florence, Alabama, while we're here, and go to the Frank Lloyd Wright House. But I don't know that I'm gonna get to. Um, just a lot of other stuff we've got to get done. Doesn't mean we
Yeah.
won't come back. So we can do that when we come back.
Were you here when I showed them my fingerless gloves I made?
No,
Let me
Let me
show you.
see.
When Becky was live yesterday sometime, I think it was
Okay.
yesterday, she said, "Oh, I'm going to go watch so and so live." I don't remember who it was. And she's going to show us how to, make fingerless gloves. And I was like, "Oh, cool." So I went over there and I watched her. And so I went and got some of my hand spun yarn.
Those
And
are gorgeous.
I made me some fingerless gloves. I made 2 sets because I had plenty of yarn. So Hannah has a set that looks a lot like this.
Now, are they crocheted? That's
Yeah,
what it
they're
looks like.
crocheted.
Uh-huh. They're really cool.
I thought they turned out real pretty. A lot of times I'm not that excited about crocheted stuff, but
Yeah, but they're pretty.
I really like these.
Uh-huh. I have a pair of, she called them yoga socks, okay? They they go between your toe and your toes are out. Okay. They're just these little, okay, but I wear them on my wrists. And the gal that knit them knit them in such a tiny little stitch that they are like so tight on my wrists and my hands that when my hands are acting up, they're fabulous. Next time when I'm home, I'll have to show them to you. They don't go down as far. They're not for keeping your hands warm. They're for compression
Right.
more than anything. And I just love them, especially in the wintertime, because that's when my hands usually act up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just thought that this would be fun, and I needed something pretty and happy
Yep.
to do, and this was made me happy. And Hannah was like, "Well, Mom, you know those are not colors that you really wear." Well, I wear these colors, but I don't wear these colors very much. I said they don't have to match anything; they're just for fun and to give a little happy in the winter.
That's right. They'll make you happy, and that's all that matters. Uh-huh. So I used to wear gloves, fingerless gloves like that over my driving gloves, because I would need to have my fingers. So I had leather driving gloves
Yeah,
that were real thin, and then I would wear like knitted pieces over those gloves so that my fingers wouldn't get, because fingerless gloves in South Dakota are useless because your
that's
fingers are so frozen they're gone.
that's true.
So, but the driving gloves would keep my fingers just warm enough to survive, and then the rest of it would help me stay warm, which that was almost an impossibility.
Yeah, I wish I could remember that woman's name for y'all, so I could tell you, and you could go. And
Was
she was
it
not
the
a huge
crochet
deal.
crowd, Lisa? Was it the crochet crowd in the
I
crochet
don't
crowd?
think so. I
Oh,
don't think so. I might be wrong. She's got like 300,000 subscribers or something.
oh.
Janet
She's
just posted the link for you,
Oh,
Lisa.
thank you, Janet. I appreciate that.
Oh,
I did
cool.
make mine a little bit. I made my picot just a little bit more open because these are wool. Hers were acrylic, and wool is so much warmer than acrylic. I mean, my hands get sweaty just putting when I put them on.
Yes,
So,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
so I decided to make them a little more open because I knew I was making them out of wool.
Well,
So
and they don't look tremendously open with the wool because the wool's fuzzy.
that's true. That's true.
Lisa, you need to read Holly's comment.
I was just reading it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Holly, I will. I got to find some yarn.
Which shouldn't be hard, Lisa.
No,
Look left, look right.
I'm just trying to think of where it might be. I mean, I know where it is, but getting to it is a whole nother story.
I hate to tell you this, guys, but I'm so sleepy I can't hardly stay awake.
You had a big day today, Tanya.
Well, we've had early days, late nights and early days. That's a big part of it.
I know. I
Bye,
understand.
bye, Kathy.
I'm getting so that I wake up before my alarm goes off, though. I set my alarm for 4 a.m. on
Well,
most days.
at home, I very, very often wake up around 5:30, 20 to 6.
Yeah.
But that 5 o'clock get up is just hard because it's right when I'm really sleeping.
Yeah.
And then
Especially if you get to bed late.
we get to bed kind of late, but also it's been so hot.
Yes,
And-
I understand.
And we come in just drenched, and the only way to go to bed is to shower before you go to bed, and you still wake up feeling kind of, oh, those are so pretty, Lisa.
Oh,
Well,
Lisa,
these are
make yourself large so I can see
make
it.
myself large. Okay.
Because I'm looking on my phone. Oh.
This is a thicker yarn than what I used for here, but it's but it's a really soft, squishy wool.
Did you spin that?
Yes, I did.
Oh my
Those are
goodness.
both beautiful. Yes, Susan, we actually have 2 air conditioners. But all
Wow,
you have to do is
Lisa.
walk out the door, and we've been outside a lot because of going back and forth between the garages and our camper and that kind of stuff. Just going out to dinner has taken a lot of sweat out of me. But yeah, we have air conditioners. There's 2 great big ones on top of the rig. So those are beautiful, Lisa.
Those are just
Okay.
gorgeous.
Holly, which one do you want? I'm going to make you some gloves.
Oh, wow.
This is blues and greens. It's a kind of a yellowish green, and this is pinks and purples and blues and a little bit of green. She's not answering me. Did you run away, Holly? Did I
Yeah, she says purple.
Okay.
She says, "Ah, purple." Debbie, I know you've
That
told
is
me.
so neat for you to do that, Lisa.
Yes, it is. And Debbie, I know you've told me, but where are you? Because yeah, it's like being in an oven outside, and that heat just.
Well, I was thinking I could start now, but it's in a skein, and it needs to be in a ball.
So you
Wow.
get to sit there and wind it into a ball, don't you?
I'm
Yeah.
just amazed that you did all that yarn, Lisa. That just blows my mind.
And it's plied, Lisa. How many plies is it?
It's just a 2-ply.
A 2-ply?
Yeah, that's all I make.
Did you do that on a spinning wheel?
Yeah, I did it on the wheel.
Wow.
I did.
Wow.
I'm thinking if I had Hannah out here, she could help me. And I could go ahead and roll it up.
Do you have an extra chair?
I have a chair, but I would need 2 to put because the skein is a
It's too
big
big.
skein. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I have a skein winder thing. I'm just not sure I can get to it. I'm going to try real quick though, because it will make a huge difference on how easy it is to do this.
Yeah.
And without Hannah, I would definitely have to have the skein winder.
Is your phone handy? Text her and say, "Hannah, I need you."
Yeah.
I'll text her for you.
You mean she doesn't listen to us?
No, she doesn't.
That's right. I knew, Debbie, that we had talked about it, and I just couldn't remember. But yeah, it is for September. It's just ridiculous how hot it is.
Okay, I'm going to get this on there, and then I'm going to show y'all my skein winder thing.
Okay.
I mean what do you call this thing? This is a skein wind. Well, you can wind skeins on it, but
You weren't able to visit, but we were glad you came. Guys, don't forget to give Lisa a thumbs up too, okay, guys?
Yep. I can do that right here on my phone.
Well, Jeffrey's all happy because he got to use my mouse tonight and he's playing video games. So I'm going to tell you what, this internet's pretty darn good for me to be able to stream on Wi-Fi and him play video games at the same time.
that is true.
I was wondering about that. If you both were using.
Yeah, we're both using the campground's internet. Part of that is I think that the campground, they use this internet in the daytime in the bays. And so it is pretty good internet. I checked it this afternoon and their upload speed was 14, which is better than I have at home. So,
Okay, now I got to find my ball winder.
one more thing to hunt up.
Yeah, well, I took it in the house and we used it, but Hannah was my skein holder, and I think I must have left it in there. So I'm gonna run get it real quick. And then I'll
Okay,
come
well,
back
you
and I'll
that way
show
you
the
can get
setup.
Hannah too.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
don't
Holly,
even know.
I was totally shocked when I checked it this afternoon. Like I said, I hadn't been on the computer. Everything's been coming through Jeff's emails instead of my email, which is fine. And he's been on his computer a few times, but we've been so busy that I hadn't gotten on. I forgot to stamp this one.
What are you doing? Making another postcard?
I made a second one, yeah, and so I'm going to stamp it. I know,
Lisa left it on her table. She left it looking at her blank table. She should have put
yeah,
it on
that's all
yours.
right.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Oh,
Let me move it back to Tanya.
Yes, Debbie, that is true. It does happen quite a bit.
thanks, Lisa.
But this seems to be a little bit unusual. It just seems to be that it's kind of late. I think we're going to get hotter summers, hotter, longer summers, and colder winters. I think it's just going to be the way it's going to be. So,
Yeah, we're kind of thinking that we're going to get an early winter and a colder winter this year.
we went out to dinner last night with a couple from North Carolina, I think he told me. And he had been reading the Farmer's Almanac, and he said that the Midwest, especially, is in for it this winter, and the rest of the country is not going to be much better.
What about the Midwest? I missed that.
That they're in for a very cold winter.
Really?
Yeah. So
Brr. I'm
But,
going to plan to do a lot of fussy cutting. In my recliner, I think.
well, I stamped all that stuff, and I haven't got out my fussy cutting yet because I had other. I've been working on getting a lot of letters done for my little notebook that has the letters in it for ransom note type
Yeah.
letters, and I worked on that the other night, partially because it was small and easy to get out and easy to put away, you know.
Yeah.
So I brought projects that I thought I could accomplish in the camper without too much
Bother.
making Jeff crazy, because my mess can be outrageous.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get the camera to show y'all
Okay,
this thing.
we'll go back to you.
Okay, I am.
Okay.
Oh, that's upside down. Yeah, it's upside down. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Don't know if you can see. Okay, there's the yarn. Can you see it on this thing? It's way too close.
Oh, now that's really cool.
Okay, and then what I've got. Let me see if I can show this to you. Right here, I've got a ball winder, and I need to turn that a little bit more. Okay, this is not working like it's supposed to. All right, I think I messed up. Anyway, I'm going to wind it off. I'm not going to show you anymore right now.
Okay. Show me your ball winder. Move away from your ball winder and let me look at it, because it looked like you missed a little spot on the ball winder.
Right here. This is the ball winder. But I got the
Isn't there a little arm? Okay, it's threaded through the arm. It just didn't look like it at first.
yeah, I think I got the this.
The other doodad too tight. Is that what you're going to say?
Well, I had it underneath the place where I had it tied on,
Ah, okay.
so it wouldn't
It wouldn't spin.
oh, that's causing problems. Okay, I don't know what to. I guess you can't tie it on, but if you don't, it's just going to flap around. But maybe it just needs to flap around. I don't know. Can y'all see that?
Oh, for goodness sake, look at that.
Susan,
So that-
the ball winder winds kind of like what you see in the store that's called a cake.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what it's doing.
It's not round like a ball. It's more flat on top and bottom and looks like a little cake.
I didn't have any idea this was going to be so loud. Oh dear. Sorry.
How long did it take you to do that on the spinning wheel, Lisa?
I don't know. I did it so long ago.
Oh,
Several hours worth of work
pardon
for
me?
me. I'm not a very fast spinner, so it's several hours worth of work for me.
Oh, okay.
But I dyed it, and
Bye,
then
Barb.
and then I spun it. So
Wow.
I'm gonna put this off of me and mute myself while I wind this, so y'all can talk.
Well, put it on Mary because I'm not doing anything but sitting here.
All I'm
Okay.
doing is fussy cutting, but you can put it on me if you want. You can, I don't know. Leave it on you, Lisa. Let's watch you.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be that exciting to watch. All you can see is my mess.
Mary's
And here's
fussy
the
cutting.
I think I'm gonna mute it.
Oh, there we go.
Now on my skein holder, the one I have that's old, guys, it has 4 like little arms. It looks like a little cross, and the arms spin rather than she has like 2 little drums that spin, which looks much more efficient. But my old one has like a cross, and you stretch the skein out on that cross, and then when you are trying to wind it into a ball, that whole cross area spins.
I think that's really neat that she's using yarn that she dyed and spun herself.
Yeah, me too.
Very cool. And she's making something from holly out of it. That's even better. That's really generous.
It doesn't take much to excite her. Oh dear. It doesn't take much to, that's a cool tool, but it's got an attitude tonight. Because he's trying to show y'all guys is why it has an attitude. You know
It
that.
has an attitude.
If she wasn't trying to show you something, it wouldn't have any attitude at all. It would just have done it for her.
But we get to see how she handles it when she runs into an issue with it.
Yeah.
That's the interesting part of it. So Lisa,
And the
if you're
big thing is
listening,
that thing is designed so that she doesn't have to have another person, because otherwise it's just like crazy trying to hold that skein of yarn. So. Well, I'm excited to know that this works. If I've got Wi-Fi, this works. Because, at home I have lights and I have Jeff built me a thing that my camera attaches to and the lights all attached to, and it's definitely not portable. And a friend of mine gave me a microphone stand, and I ordered camera ends for it.
Cool.
And it's standing across the table from me with my camera on it, my computer sitting beside me on the little ledge, and this worked really well. Jeff's off in the other side of the camper playing a video game, and see, look at how fast she got that ball wound.
Isn't that something?
Zip,
Is she
zip,
done
zip,
with it?
Yep, it's the ball's all made up.
Wow.
And Beth says, "Ta-da!"
Ta-da.
Holly, people think of that stuff when they have to do those things by themselves. That's what. Yeah, there she comes, maybe. Lisa?
Yeah.
Okay. We just wanted to make sure you were back. I'm going to say goodnight. Because
Okay.
I got to clean up, and I'm really tired tonight.
Oh, I understand.
Tanya, thanks for coming.
I was actually falling asleep in front of the computer earlier today trying to answer comments on my channel. So I'm just gonna say goodnight, and I'm so glad that you guys got together and did this, and that I could come on.
I'm
I was
glad too.
real excited. I do not think I will be streaming on Sunday, but you never know what I might get to do. It's really hard to say, but I think we're going to be getting our solar panels Sunday, so that will mean we're sitting in some other parking lot hot.
Yes.
So
And you can do it by hand, Holly.
yeah.
I could have wound this into a ball off of that thing, or I could have had my daughter stand there and hold the skein and wound it into a ball. This is just faster. And I was lucky enough, I found the ball winder, the little plastic thing that I made this on at a thrift store for $5. And I was gifted the skein winder thing. So I could not have afforded to buy that. Those are a couple $100 easy. So I was, but that was gifted to me. So that was a blessing. Now I got to find some, the right size crochet hook.
Yeah. And good night, everybody. And thank you very much. And I'll see you just as soon as I can see you.
Good night, Tanya. Thanks so much for coming.
Good night,
Thank you
Tanya.
for having me.
Good night. Well, Lisa, it's you and me.
Just us chickens.
You say when. I probably won't. Let's see, what time is it here? It's 9:51. I got to get up early tomorrow, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to last. How late do you want to go?
Oh, I can stop whenever you're ready to stop. I just thought I would start crocheting a little bit before we quit.
Okay, I'll watch you crochet for a while because I'm going to go look at that link and maybe I'll make a set of those too.
I have like 45 different size H hooks. And I have a K. But I
Yeah.
can't find an I. And the I is what I need. I used the H hook for the other one, but this is a
Yeah.
fatter yarn.
Yeah. Well, I could crochet it easier than I could knit it. For sure.
Yeah, well, I can't knit it at all, so.
I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. I got 3 more that I'm going to fussy cut. Maybe I'll do these because they're colored.
There we go. I found one.
You found one?
Found one.
Cool.
When you got them all just piled in. Oh, there's a little rigid heddle. It was in the same basket with all the crochet hooks.
They work up pretty fast.
I think they do. I did one pair and one of these gloves last night, and then I did the other one this afternoon.
Oh. Oh. I've got a lot of glassware here. I've just been sitting here cutting out pretty dishes out of this book. If I don't use them here, and I've got a Romantic Homes magazine that I think I might put in the background on some of these pages just to, I've got the red fabric for the hinges.
Uh-huh.
But I think I'll take some of those Romantic Home magazines. They have kind of shabby chic backgrounds, and I might put those, just kind of collage it around to give a background for these dishes. So I'm far from being done, that's for sure. We'll see. We'll see where this leads me.
I'm
Good thing you're not. What?
I'm trying to decide how big to make it.
Oh,
Holly, do you have big hands or little hands?
yeah, Holly. How big are your hands?
Oh,
Are they
Becky,
medium
I'm
size?
showing them how to do it, but we're probably not gonna stay on long enough to finish it. I'm gonna make a pair out of this yarn for Holly.
And then
So
when you go out and buy gloves, do you buy medium gloves or large gloves?
one size fits all, probably.
One size fits all. She's here. She says, "Welcome back, Becky." But that was
Yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna make them.
Oh, hi, Becky. Becky came back. I had to do 27 starting chain for my wide hands.
Well, 27 is what I've got on this one. That's what I did on mine too with this yarn. No, with this one I actually did 30 because it was so fine. On Hannah's I did 27, and I think I'm going to do 27 on this one.
Medium to large, but tiny wrists.
Okay.
I was saying.
Well, I did it a little bit different than she did because she starts right in on the picot stitch right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then she goes back at the end and puts a row of single crochets on the bottom.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that, so I just do a row of single crochets first, which pulls it in a little bit, and then start with the picot stitch. So
Yeah, the single crochet kind of gives it a base.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm loose rather than tight. Okay, well hopefully this will be loose rather than tight. Of course, it's stretchy. The yarn is stretchy, so and the stitches are stretchy, so it should be.
Deborah asked, does anyone here have an allergy to ragweed?
Oh, I thought everybody was allergic to ragweed.
I don't know if I'm around ragweed enough to know.
Well, we definitely have it here.
Well, we probably have it here, and I just haven't identified it.
Yeah.
I think I'm allergic to something, though, because when I go out and work in the yard, I come in and my ankles are all itchy. And that says that I'm in something.
Yeah. Of course, sometimes just the grass can do that to you, even if it's.
Yeah. Well, true. Yeah.
Yeah. She did say that, but when I did that on the pair I did for Hannah, of course, with this, then I'm going back with a different yarn, and I've just got this weird thing at the bottom. Anyway, I think it looks just as nice this way as it did that way when I did it, compared the ones I did for me to the ones I did for Hannah. And this is a lot easier. So Holly's going to get the easy version.
Oh, do I want these or do I want this? I want them both. I think I'll put that in I'll decide pile. Some of these I just can't decide. They'll go in back in the book. I think I'll go do some of the
Well, come on.
pages. Come on, come on, come on.
Okay, let's see.
So let's look at these. Well, Lisa's crocheting and Mary's reading.
We're real exciting.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble getting in that stitch, and I need one more, so I've got to get in there. Because you have to do it in multiples of 3. So
I almost can't wait to get this book done. I think I'm going to use the paper trimmer on these. These are really pretty.
are you allergic to wool, Holly? I didn't even think to ask that. This is wool. Can you wear wool? Of course, it's softer than a lot of wool you buy, but I mean, just like wool sweaters and things. But still, I don't want to get it made up and then find out you don't like it. You can't wear them.
She can put them in her art journal.
There you go.
It'll make it bulky, but that's okay. Mary said so. Yeah, let's get out the paper trimmer. Let's trim some of these pages. Oh. And of course it's under everything. I pile stuff up here. Yeah. I put my art journal on it, my paper trimmer. And my lighthouse book.
You're okay with it. All right, good.
And my pants. Boy, I really buried that paper trimmer. There it is. Oh.
I hope this will work out, Holly. This is a
Becky
lot
says
of
I'm
yarn.
making a crocheted hat. Some kind of a hat. ELD hat? That's pink and purple. What's an ELD hat? A crocheted ELD hat. Mary?
I don't.
Oh, yes, I did, Debbie. I did. And I bought everything on sale. I think I made the clerk mad at me because when I go up to check out, while I'm waiting, I separate all my items. I separate all the clearance items from all the 40% off items from all the items that aren't on sale.
I do the same thing, and they should appreciate it.
They should, but I think I made this clerk mad at me because I made sure that she gave me I bought some of that trim on a bolt. I can't wait to show you guys the trim I got. I paid a little bit more than I should for it, but when I looked at what it was, I said, oh, this is it was $83 full price. And I got it for $20. So, but it was really pretty. I shouldn't be telling you while you're on your spending freeze, but
That's all right.
But
I'm gonna live vicariously through you.
I'd go get it, but it's across the room and in a sack and all of that. But they're little cameos. They're little cameos. And you could buy, I mean, if you bought a little package of them, you know, maybe what, 6 in a package, you'd pay $3 at full price, $3 or $4. And I'm sitting going, huh. So I get my YouTube payment this month. So that's I kind of splurged. And I think that I'm going to be good, though, and not go to my 300-mile garage sale. I think that I'll just opt out of that and say I've had my fun. Because I really don't need anything. But yeah, I did get the Hobby Lobby. What else did I get? I got some washi tape that was on sale. Their die sets were on sale, were 40% off. I'm really disappointed in what they've done to their papers. They used to have like Strathmore art journals. They used to have a nice little art journal section. And now all they have for art journals are Master's Touch, which is kind of like their brand, you know? And I'm going,
Yeah.
well, you know, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the softbound journals and the hardbound, and I feel like leaving a note on their website and say, if you don't bring them back, I'm going to go shopping at Dick Flick. That they've done some things of reorganizing in that store that I'm just kind of sad, because their clearance aisle used to be 3 or 4, and they used counters wide, and they've taken it down to like 2, and it's all now it's all 4th of July items. And you used to find a lot of neat stuff, but I don't know. I just don't like what they've done to their store recently. Oh dear. But I still get good bargains. I got some ribbons for the Lighthouse ladies that I'm doing. I was happy with those. I got ribbons, so I can't complain too much. Well, I can, but I shouldn't. And I went to Home Depot, and I had traded in I had gotten some plumber's gasket, and I had gone to the store itself to get it. And both the clerk and I looked at the piece that I got, and it said 1588/roll, ROLL. And what I got was a 6x6-inch sheet. And that wasn't what I expected. And everybody told me to take it back. So I did. And they gave me store credit. And I explained it to the lady. And she looked it up. And she showed me where they were selling it by the roll. But it wasn't $15.88. She didn't say how much it was. So, but I said it's very misleading. And she agreed.
Yeah.
I get my full store credit.
I went in Home Depot looking for it, and they looked at me like I was crazy. They didn't have a clue what I was talking about.
Yeah, the lady that helped me didn't either.
They tried to look it up on, in their store, and they couldn't find it anywhere. So I said, well, look it up on Amazon, and then you'll know what you're looking for, because I found it on Amazon. Yeah. So they found it on Amazon, but they still couldn't find it in their store or in the their Home Depot, where I could even order it.
Yeah, like, they didn't call it plumber's gasket. They called it, I forget what they called it. It's some kind of a rubber lining or whatever. It looked like plumber's gasket, But I took it back, and they gave me store credit. And, of course, how much do I buy at Home Depot? Not much. Well, I went in today to get some aluminum tape, because I'm going to do Rosemary's project where she used a glue gun. And she used a glue gun through it was really a metal piece, but she used it like a stencil on the page or the substrate. I forget what she used. But then after that glue dried, she covered it with aluminum tape, and she made it a raised embossed area. And I want to try that. So I went back in there today to get aluminum tape. And I came back with $10 left on my store credit for Home Depot. What I'm going to spend it on. I looked at
think of something.
Yeah, well, I looked at the spare paint, but they didn't. They had some gallon stuff, and they only had one quart sized, and it was a mint green, and that really wasn't what I wanted, so I kept my money. I still have $10 to spend at Home Depot for something. Yep, I had a full day today. I went to the bank and I went to the post office and I paid my phone bill. And by the time I get done and get home, I'm tired. I'm wiped out. So I sit and rest for a while. We had Sloppy Joe's for supper last night. So we just had leftover Sloppy Joe's tonight.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that wasn't. Oh, yeah, they were because I made them with the green peppers from our garden and the onions from our garden and some tomatoes from our garden. Yeah.
The plumber's gasket she's using to carve into stamps. They were wondering what you use that for.
Oh, yeah. And to tell you the truth, I would comparing the prices of that 6x6 sheet and the other prices that you pay for it, you might as well go and buy some Speedy Carb from Hobby Lobby or from Dick Blick and use your coupon.
That's what I thought when I saw it.
Yeah.
So I didn't buy any when I thought, well, I could get it off of Amazon.
Yeah.
But it's not any cheaper than buying Speedy Carb. And
that's right. And it's okay to experiment and find out what you want to do, but see how it acts, and but my reaction to what I got was I just assumed buy the Speedy Carb or my Pentel erasers.
yeah,
I'm in love with those Pentel erasers. And
I bought a bunch of them during the school supply stuff, to
were
have.
they gone?
Huh?
Were they gone?
No, I found them. I bought a bunch.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
I've got some ready for Carve December. So
Yeah. Well, I bought some, and I bought them, and I checked out at the clerk. I checked them out at the clerk, and she said, "Oh, my kids won't use any other erasers but these." And I had bought like 5 packages, and I'm sure she wondered what that old lady was going to do with all those erasers. And I said, I use them, but I didn't tell her what I used them for. Well, I went back again and I bought 6 more packages because I've been carving these little things out of that Sears catalog. And I want some to carve December too. And I got the same clerk. When I checked out, and I know she said, "Oh, erasers." I guess she wonder what in the world I'm doing with all these erasers. What are you erasing, lady? I didn't tell her.
Debbie Wingo says, "Oh, that's cool. I got a carving set last Hobby Lobby sale. Thanks to you, Mary. Tried something new and liked it."
Yeah.
Okay,
You
here's
tried
the
something new
beginning.
and liked it.
I think that should be
Every
loose
day.
enough.
Are you going to do Inktober, Lisa? Are you?
No, I've got I need to catch up on some stuff.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I just wondered if you were doing it, because a lot of
Yeah,
people.
no, I've never done that one. I always think it would be neat, but
Yeah. Well, you do these 30-day projects, and you either have to stay committed or you get behind, and
yeah.
you know.
And I'm still trying to, all those projects I was gonna do in September that I, started the envelope projects, and then I never got them finished because I was just showing how to make them, and I was gonna decorate them in September.
Yeah.
And then I got sick, and I've still got a bunch of those I haven't done.
Yeah.
And then somebody said they wanted me to do a what to do with fabric,
Yeah.
kind of journaling things to do with fabric, with 30 days of that or something. And so I
Oh,
had
that
thought I
would
would
be
do that
fun.
in October, but
Oh, so are you going to?
I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that or if I'll just of course I guess I could. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm right now I'm hesitant to promise anything.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
That sounds like a neat idea, though.
But I thought, I'd do some journal pages and pockets and different things with fabric. And I think that'll be fun because I enjoy using fabric.
Yeah.
I've got some ideas already, but I don't know that I have 31 days worth,
Well, I passed up Christmas fabric at I passed up Christmas fabric at Hobby Lobby today. I was tempted, but I said no. I'm walking on. I'm on my way to the ribbons. But I did get some fabric at the Goodwill. Not anything real special. Some ticking. And then I got a lace table runner. It only cost me $1.99, and
That's
it's in
pretty
good
good.
shape. Yeah. And
Barbara
I don't
Clark
think,
said she got behind. She was going to do the jelly printing every day, but she's only gotten 10 of them done. I had them jelly printed once this month, and I'm watching all these people jelly printing, and I love jelly printing. I'm going to have to do some of that sometime soon.
I'm not doing that till it gets cooler.
I just need to get a fix. My jelly print fix.
I'm not jelly printing in this hot weather. It just dry my paint to no end.
Yeah. Well, I'm lucky the room that I do that in has an air conditioner, so
Yeah.
that helps.
Yeah. No, it has to get up into the 90s in the house before we turn on the air conditioning. Mary complains. I turn the fan on high and I turn it on me and I survive, but I think when it gets up to 80, 86, it's time to turn on the air.
Yeah, I would agree.
But, oh well. So what else did I do today? That's about it. I have a lot of ways to drive to get there. I say it's 70 miles. It's not quite 70 miles. It feels like 70 miles
I bet it does.
because we're out in the country and then we got all these grain trucks now. They're starting to get ready for the harvesting season. Not quite yet.
I have to keep counting, make sure I've got the same amount of. You do. I'm doing 27, so I've got 9 of each thing. So each time I have to check when I get through and make sure I did 9 of them before I go on to the next row. So far, I'm doing good. I haven't ever been short or had extras, so.
Oh, that's cool. What do you do for the fingerless part? Do you just do a little little stitch in between them or a couple stitches in between?
Yeah, I'll show you. I'm not quite there yet, but I'll show you
okay.
on this one. When you get to the shell stitch part and you're starting the picot part for the next row,
Yeah.
then you just skip one of the shells and chain 3 to go across that shell.
Oh.
And then that's where that shell is where you put your thumb. It just
Oh.
makes a little opening. And then she goes back in and crochets shells around that to make a thumb thing.
Yeah.
But I
of
like
like a
it better without that.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
think it would be too hot.
Yeah.
And I have short fingers, so that thumb thing would, cover up most of my thumb, and I could just get dirty. That's my thoughts.
Yeah,
So,
well, you have to do it to suit you,
yeah.
I might try one. I don't know.
Well, it's pretty easy. I was pleased.
My family would say, "You don't have any mittens. Your mittens are only half done." Did you get tired of crocheting? Did you get tired of knitting? Did you forget how there?
Well, I like to wear gloves when I drive because the steering wheel gets so cold in the winter.
Yeah,
But then I can't touch my phone.
yeah.
And those gloves that have that stuff in them that's supposed to help you touch your phone, they don't
Yeah.
ever work for me. And so I thought, well, this way I can keep my, the part that's holding onto the steering wheel will be warm, but my fingers will be free to touch my phone. So I decided, besides that, they're fun and they're cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like them because they're fun. They look fun to wear.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm going to stay till 10:30. Then I'm probably conk out on you because I'm getting
Well,
kind
I need to go by 10:32. So
yeah. I have to figure out how I want to put these little dishes in here.
that works for me. I'll have to finish these while I watch other people stream. That's one nice thing about crocheting. You can do it while you watch other people do stuff.
Yeah.
But I usually, when I'm doing this, I'm kind of a lurker, and I don't really like to be a lurker. I like to be in the chat, but I don't want to stop when I'm on a roll and do chats. So,
I lurk. I lurk a lot in Dee Dee's because there's so many people chatting. I will break in on them and chat, but I lurk a lot because she's got so many people chatting.
yeah, I rarely ever say anything when I get the chance to watch her. I don't get the chance to watch her very often, but when I do, I just watch. I'm
Well, I like to watch her
what she's
drawing
doing than worrying about the chat.
Yeah, I like to watch her drawing and her book reviews.
Yeah,
I like those, and of course, her Society of Idea Collectors. I like those. So I do like that. And she may rub off on me someday to get a coloring book, but I'm not there yet.
well, I have a bunch of them, but I don't really like to color that much. I
Yeah,
got them back
color.
when I was not feeling very well, and I could sit in my recliner and I could color, and I couldn't do much else. And
Yeah,
they served their purpose at that point because it gave me something that I could do.
yeah.
But now I can do other things, and I would prefer to do other things.
Well, and figure out how I want to do these.
7, 8, 9. Yay! I still got 9. I'm doing good. I think these are going to be pretty.
Mary's curio cabinet thing is floating around, so maybe I will soon again. Holly, you need to art. You're too good at it to not. What? Holly, what are you not doing? Are you not arting? We hate to be apart too, but Scott has to work. We do too. Holly, I need to go to bed, but I got to empty this desk so I can create tomorrow. One of these days I need to tackle cleaning my art room. Yes. Holly, me too.
Well, I'm going to tell you a secret. Since I started cleaning my art room, I have a bigger mess than I have ever had out here.
Well,
It is not getting done.
Yes, I know. I understand. I've got a place for everything finally, or for most things, but the places need to be closer to my desk because, like, I'll get out that label maker and then I'll put it away, and then I'll get it out and then I'll put it away, and pretty soon I just leave it out. So, and my corner punches the same way. So I don't know. I believe that. But I've got books from these library shelves just strewn over the floor over there in the corner, and I need to go through those. I've been taking what I don't I want them all, but what I don't immediate use, I'm going to take upstairs.
Yeah.
That
Mary
leads
Holly replied to you. You might want to
What did
read.
she say? What did she say? No, Mary, I've been. Oh, come on, Holly. We've got to work on that. Just get out and scribble, if anything. Just get out a old newspaper and start scribbling. Get a crayon and start scribbling. And pretty soon you'll start doodling. And pretty soon you'll say, and Holly, you did that cat. That cat and the mouse. What was that? The cat that brought a mouse that was supposed to be. I have to look at it. I saw it on Facebook. It was so cool. So what was it? Susan says you do too nice of art to quit. You could use coloring pages for underpants, Aunt Beck says. Or she's talking about coloring pages as the base.
Oh, yeah. That's true. You could do that.
Well, I don't think I want to think about this anymore. I think I'm going to gather my stuff up. Because I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. I want my red to show. And the only way that that's going to show is if I cut. And if I cut, I got to be careful where I cut. I have to find the right page to go on the right. They're all tall right where I want to cut. And they're
Okay, Holly, I got a question for you.
Wait.
If I can get this to move enough. Okay.
Holly, attention.
Attention, Holly. Okay, this is how long it is right now. Now, on the one I made for myself, I made it come down this far. So I made it like 2 more sets of stitches before I put my thumb in. But the way she does it, it just barely comes to your wrist. Do you want it long like mine, or do you want it shorter where it doesn't come down your wrist as much? Let me put mine on and show you. See, I like it to come down my wrist and keep me warm down here. That way it can go inside my sleeve or whatever. But this is longer than the way she made it on the video. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Get some good sleep.
Good night, Tanya.
Okay, so long like this? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying this is long enough if it just barely gets to your wrist? I'm sorry. I need more information.
More information, please.
Long or short? Yes, that doesn't help me either. Okay.
Wrist is good, she
Long.
said.
Okay, that's what I needed. Thank you. That's what I thought you were saying, but I wanted to be sure because I didn't want to do the opposite of what you wanted. Okay. Well, I think I'm at a place where I can stop easy and start back up again. So that's what it looks like so far.
Wow. Put yourself in total view so that we can see
Okay.
it. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, wow.
So
She's
I think
going
it's
to
going to
love
be pretty.
those.
I hope so. All righty, gang. Thank you all for coming. We had fun.
Yes, we did.
So everybody get a good night's sleep and have a great day tomorrow. God bless you and goodbye.
Bye. Thanks for coming. Good to see you all.